Sorry, it was black.
What is up? All right. Think, Mom, I'm ready. I'm ready to start. I'm ready to get dirty, brother. What is up? Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. You know, it's getting cold. I was gonna work without a shirt on, but because I really wanted to get dirty. You know how men get dirty in reality. uh, I should put something for mosquitoes. These mosquitoes are killing me, literally, because getting mad kills you. All right, brother. Hope you have a wonderful day. Like I said again and again. Hopefully today and tomorrow, always. Getting situated right here. Just give me a sec. I need to disassemble some things before I start. Meanwhile, we get some people in here because I really want to ask you and everybody what y'all doing because y'all need to join on this speed run. You know what I mean? You really need to grab your Savage if you have one. Grab your Savage, get it ready, and bring it on, brother, to the table. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, brother. Don't take that personally. I don't know if you seem to think that I'm a very serious man because I am a very serious man because I'm really serious about what I do. I'm not strict and dumb like the serious everybody thinks. You know what I mean? I'm not serious which means I'm ego controlling. Because if I'm serious, then that means it's important. Because it's important to me. But it's not the serious I always used to think about. Like, you know how when you tell your kids, "Hey man, I'm serious," you know, about my rules. Because these are not rules. I'm not a ruler. I'm not trying to rule over you, brother. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You know, that's one of the things I want you to know. And I'm here just to show what I do. And that I am serious about. So I'm serious about showing you what I do. You know what I mean? Serious about what I do because it's not easy. That's why a lot of people switch to electrics. Oh man, I just can't help being honest. That's one of the things I gotta stop doing is hold myself back on what I want to say because what's the point of getting it going and then having to stop because I have to think twice about what I'm doing or saying, right? It's like, oh, should I say it? Should I not? Nah, fuck that. Hey, listen, brother, I'm here to show you what I'm gonna do with this. Savage. If you guys didn't, if y'all follow Nitro Pimp, me and him and some other guys in the channel like Raw RC, hopefully Raw RC. I know Texas Hill Country, just in case you don't know who they are, they have a YouTube channel and they just like speed. You know what I mean? They like going fast and they're all about nitro. They put the hard nitro. They could be electric and I don't mind. You know, it's not like if I'm over here trying to say something, insinuate something. No, brother. I don't have a preference of just people that have nitros. Nitro moves me. And I'm not much of a TV guy. It's really hard for me to watch things nowadays when I have a bunch of stuff to do with Nitro. And if I'm ever watching TV, if you're doing Nitro, I'm watching. But if you switch to electric, I kind of watch. You know what I mean? It's not that I've like disliking electrics. I have a couple of electrics, but I guess that was an introduction, just in case you don't know who I am. Oh, here, I gotta show my face. Hey, oh, y'all see my face probably, but if you haven't seen my face, hi. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm joking that I'm trying to joke. I'm not. I'm taking it back. Whatever. Uh, so I'm gonna get started. Since we have a couple more people in here, I'm just gonna get started with the build. It's not. It's not much. I really did a lot. Right behind me, I don't know if you saw, but like I was saying, I'm trying to get this thing on going. I'm trying to prep myself because I'm a little intimidated about Pimp and others, because they'd be having the right, correct wheels, and I'm over here trying to, I don't know, take advantage by using bigger wheels, but it's all a mixture of one thing and the other. Like, I'll get to that point. I'll let you know what I have in mind of doing because first of all, they have something going on. And second of all, I don't feel threatened. I feel motivated. You know? So if my rig over there, the one I have, the one y'all seen in my videos, doesn't do it, I'm going to have to pull out my secret weapon, right? And so I gotta get that secret weapon ready right now. So let's get going because, oh man. Anyway, first things first, I'm gonna explain why I do what I do, like for example, one thing, the number one thing that I always say about speed, if you want to go fast, you have to get rid of your slipper clutch. Let me explain. Your slipper clutch is pointless, useless. I don't see the point of it because there are so many things you gotta look that are in the play or going at play, so you can understand. I'm not understand. So you can know why a slipper clutch is not a really it's not a fail safe for anything. It's not gonna work or do anything for anything unless you have an electric motor right here with too much torque that this thing just hits or gets bumped or doesn't go anywhere or it tries to climb or the forces are greater than like for example, let me explain something that I know about physics. Say this, whatever this um, gearbox is made out of, right? We all know it's made out of plastic. So this plastic, everything in life is energy, right? And energy, and that energy comes magnetism, and then from magnetism comes particles, and those particles are held together by force, by electromagnetism, right? So the force, the electromagnetic force of this object held in it together, just the plastic casing, um, what's it called? Is somewhat, you know, like somewhat, at a certain level. And oh man, I kind of lost what I was saying because I started thinking. Oh yeah, so this. Let me take this off, for example. Let me take a little breather because, whew, my thought just went away, brother. I'm like, what the heck? But let me just get back into it. Hold on, let me tune into it because I gotta tell you about this plastic. It's not going to break unless it's unnecessary. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to figure out whether to tell you in great details how the slipper clutch is really pointless unless you have something really strong giving it the power, the input power. And the Nitro engine is never going to do that. Never. And I'm talking about a slipper clutch that is brand new in great working condition, the way it's supposed to be, all the way tight. And that's pretty strong. And let me tell you something. That force from an engine is never gonna break or mess up even the slipper clutch, make it slip. Only maybe a freaking electric motor with like an 8S electric motor will probably have enough torque to make this slip. But it's pointless. And why is it pointless? Because I'll tell you what. If for any reason your bearings go bad and it's hard to turn, or for any reason you land on power, and and that's, by the way, that's the number one reason why you always break a gear inside there. Because look, I get it. The super clutch gives you like a security of whatnot, and the only security that there is and there's ever gonna be is when you land on power or whatever you think the slipper clutch is used for. It's gonna bypass the super clutch and it's gonna go straight to the clutch. And you know what it does to the clutch? Nothing. It's just gonna spin it backwards if your engine stops. You know what I'm saying? And and I guess this slipper clutch is used for, so just in case your engine, you lose the throttle and it's wide open and it's just revving the shit out, and it's causing a lot of friction in your clutch and you're like upside down, or one wheel is touching the ground or somewhat stuck. This is gonna spin it probably enough as soon as your clutch shoes get hot. It's probably gonna get enough grip to spin this a little bit and kind of help it because you have somewhat to give, right, on your slipper clutch. But there is no point of having the slipper clutch because if for some reason you're in motion and you suddenly stop because you hit something, that force is going to go back and immediately stop this, even though you have a slipper clutch, and then your clutch shoes and your clutch bell is going to give because they're not together, you guys know what I'm saying? So even though you're a type of person that's always landing on power, your slipper clutch is strong enough when it's new and you have it all the way tight that it's not gonna act like a slipper clutch until it's wearing out. Then you're gonna have to tighten it. You're gonna notice that it's not going. But I have never seen a use for this, uh, besides you having to buy uh, a set of clutch pads. And let me tell you that. Let me tell you something. I used to like worry that I couldn't find any, but then I realized I can use some kind of epoxy, and it always worked, and it worked for a long time, and then I fucking did wheelies like crazy until I realized there were slipper clutch eliminators. But what I'm saying is this is a freaking just a thing to make you buy more clutch pads and it's just dumb. I think it's really dumb. Not dumb for anybody that wants to use it. I mean, it's part of the thing, but I don't see it any use, because I mean it's gonna make you struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's pointless. It's really pointless. I want to point that out that it's pointless, and I pointed it out too many times. So I'm just gonna move on with the slipper clutch. And let me tell you, once you remove that, you don't have to worry about your clutch. You buy a slipper clutch eliminator, and they're like $20 on eBay, and then you'll never have to worry about your clutch pads. You know. And then right now I'm gonna find out if this. I'm pretty sure the shaft is 5 millimeters, but I'm trying to find out if I'm gonna have to buy another slipper clutch eliminator, which I don't want to. I just want to make the pinion indentation because these pins they break, they snap not because of power, but because of they're inside them they're rusting out or they're getting brittle. I don't know. Uh, it could be that there's too much torque that goes through that shaft, but my best guess is that it's also pointless because I mean, no, it's not pointless. You need it, but the thing is that it's better if you use a pinion with the grip screw, just like an electric motor, right? But all that stuff you got to do, and nobody really wants to do that. So, like, it is like this slipper clutch eliminator thing. It's like I'm telling you again. I thought I moved on, but I've been waiting for a long time to tell you that it's just pointless. Ah, so that's the number one thing that I remove is the slipper clutch. I've never, never, ever, ever broken the transmission because I had my slipper clutch, and I realized that you don't. I don't think that's the reason why they break. I'm pretty sure the reason why they break is because whatever part that is just gives out. But maybe it just it gives out in many other ways. Whether it's old, whether it's there's too much gunk in it, it's already getting. We're gonna look at it right now. By the way, let me just open it. That's one thing. When I realized it, I was just glad, and I'm gonna move on and let that be the past. Say no more. Say no more ever. Say no more about the slipper clutch because we've been lied to. And remember, lies is very important to know what they are. They're like if there ever was witchcraft around and like witches trying to manipulate your reality or your world and do hocus pocus stuff and make you do bad things, right? To make you cause self harm. Well, anyway, it would be people spreading lies to you, and you paying attention to them because lies are just like you can't spell the word believe without the lie in between, brother. Well, so you got the lies. Why am I talking about this? I don't know. But yeah, you got the lies in between, and lies are is information because you are information. You are everything. You are energy. And information, right? Lies are information that is not actual in your reality what you see. So once you believe the lies, you become true. Just like foam wheels when the truer machine, that spins a wheel really fast, and you can make it to your size, right? So you've been fitted with lies, and that's your true reality. So lies are everywhere. It's all information, and you got to be careful what you pay attention to because you buy it. You get you get you get into it. It becomes you. In other words, but like I'm saying, it has to be relative, and I think that's what it was because I'm referring to the truing machine for the foam wheels. Diff cups. I want to explain these diff cups. It's very important to know. Only RC, how you doing, brother? It's very important to know that like you gotta watch your diff cups because otherwise, you if you snap a dog bone, if you have CVDs, hey, no worries, no worries. Akuda Matata. Or true CVDs, true actual constant velocity drives, right? But here at higher velocity, we only have somewhat true CVDs. We're halfway reality with these lies. Off the guy, what is up, brother? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, brother. So I got to show you what I'm talking about. I gotta show you. And good thing I have a diff right here. Good thing. I got a diff assembled aside where I can show you pretty good, I guess. Oh man, is that a 21? Whoops, whoops. Whoa, hold on a second. This is for the X. 8 millimeter. 8 millimeter. Here we go. Nope. All right, you gotta watch your ride height on your Savage. I mean, if you're out there and like you can't have it too high and you can't have it low and you have to let it flex. You can't have it too stiff. You gotta make sure it always goes into alignment. And what I mean by alignment is how you have your Savage, right? And it's sitting. And if it's sitting high, it's gonna be like this, right? With the arm over here, with the arm, the axle, the tire. And if it's sitting like this, you're gonna have a constant change where that pin drive is going in and out. See, in. When it's on the top, the pin is out. And when it's in the bottom, the pin is inside. And when it's rotating in and out like if it's going like this, right? On one axis. And then also rotating. So that rotation causes friction and a lot of usage or debris in there could cause it to wear faster, right? But either way, this is what I'm trying to say. You gotta make sure you don't have too much play because that play can cause it a bang, 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 a nick, nick, like cut, cut, and that's gonna cause even more damage, more wear, constant damage, right? And that's what happens faster if it's too low or if it's too high. It has to be like straight out, just like on road cars, like straight out like that. So it's not. Also, there's a little bit of parasitic loss, velocity loss, because these aren't true CVDs. When it's rotating, there's a little, uh, like a little, I don't know how many seconds, like a fraction of a second, like an infinite fraction. But excuse me. But you gotta account for that because look, a lot of times I see people complaining about, oh my, I broke another dog bone. I broke another dog bone. And they probably don't know that their drive cup is damaged. And when they're damaged, oh, let me grab one. When they're damaged like this, that's because I told you, it starts to wear slowly. Starts to wear slowly, slowly. And then you start to bang, bang, get a little gap, and then a bigger gap, and then finally you get this big old gap right here that you have right here. And then once you get a even bigger gap, oh yeah, right there, that's a good one. Is it light on? Yeah. Once you get a bigger gap, that's gonna cause it to twist in a different angle, and it's gonna cause it to snap. Now they always snap right here in the tip because that's the weakest point. I mean, that's where it's like somebody trying to snap your arm. And your arm isn't like, it doesn't rotate like that straight. It's like in an L shape, and you're like, ah, it kind of looks like a handle. But you snap it, and that's the reason why they snap all the time, because there is not enough power for anything to break these dog bones unless you'll never have enough power with any engine. Even if you put two engines, they don't have that much power. The reason why they break is because these drive cups are cheap. Even if they were steel, there's always a play and there's always that friction being made, and then starts to gap up, and then I mean I learned that and I realized, man, that happened a lot with my other ones, my other rigs. That was putting too much power. It was wearing faster. Then at one point, well, they were snapping. I'm like, what the fuck? Put another fucking dog bone in there, and then it took another run right away. Snapped again. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I realized it gets caught right there on that turn. I guess we could call it a turn, a rotation. Cheeto to Steve, what is up, brother? So, like to point that out. For if you know, you know. Don't know, well, I hope now you know because it's gonna save you a lot of money. You know, it's gonna save you a lot of money, a lot of time. Well, not really, because now you have time to deal with. Now you got to take off diffs, cups, and and replace them. But hey, I mean, I mean, nobody tells you. I mean, even if you don't put too much power with the stock Savage, with the Savage 21, that Force engine, even with it, with any big block, even if it was less powerful, it's still gonna snap because the rotation is what causing the wear. So you're better off if you like kind of tune it where it's kind of straight out, a little bit raised, you know. But hey, everybody can do what they want to do. But if you want to go fast, that's another thing you got to do. Is make sure those drive cups and the drive bone is straight, right? Well, people that know that race, they know that that dog bone has to be straight, or else they snap. The wear out it causes wear and it snaps. Uh, what's the next part? Make sure I don't get lost with this thing, man. So next thing I think is to get a fucking drink, cause oh man. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take a little break. A little. I actually try to practice my breathing. That's another thing we gotta do, brother. Is like, well, me, you know, I gotta use myself for and use myself as an example, right? uh, I've noticed that I breathe less, constant. Not because I smoke weed or maybe, but I noticed that um a lot of times I'm catching like I shouldn't be trying to catch my breath, and then I realize I'm forgetting to breathe or my body isn't synced in breathing a certain frequency, right? So maybe, and you'll be surprised how long you can go without breathing. You realize, you know, and that's where bad thoughts come in and struggle, and that's a problem. So just pointing it out, you know, meditating and focusing on your breathing for a couple minutes, you know, get you back in sync because you need to breathe, brother, in order to respirate. That way you can respire. Because look, another thing I want to share. The word respire has the word. I mean, in the word respirate, do I need to write it down? Yeah, I think I need to write it down, brother. I think we have time. A little time. Because I feel like I need to do this. Maybe you know what I mean, but just check this out. To, oh crap, that's not how you spell it. To respirate, right? It's to breathe, right? And then the word respirate, oh crap, I messed up. Right here. Let's leave this. Oh man, I'm getting confused. I'm looking at the screen. It's messing up my freaking. It's messing up my whole perception. Hold on. Okay. Respirate. Respirate. And that means to breathe. And if you and respirate is three words put together. It's a contraction word. Right? Um to re-spire. Re is to like do it again, you know? To repeat. Spire, and then I guess eight. We could. I can't figure that one out yet. But has the word to respire, and to spire is a spiral, and then also a spiral. I mean a spiral, a spear. I mean, right? Says the word SP. But anyway, let's stick to spiral. To respiral, your spirit is a spiral. It's not a circle. It's an endless spiral when it spins. It looks like it's going up, right? So it's an endless, infinite spiral, infinite motion, right? And to respiral is to breathe, is to respire. I mean, to spin your spirit faster. So when you're vibrating low, when you're in a low vibration, meaning you're feeling not good, right? When you're low vibrating, because that's why I like these engines. They spin fast. So when you're low vibrating, meaning you're low energy, you're you're exhausted, low energy. That's why the exhaust is called the exhaust, because the fumes coming out is low energy. It's already used up energy, right? And you're exhausted too, because you're out of energy, I guess. No, you're. I guess you're bad energy now. You're turning into exhaust fumes. Has to do with you being tired, right? And not having the motivation, the spirit. Because to be in spirit, you gotta be contagious in lifting up people and lifting up. When you lift, you rise to the shine, to the spirit, to the sun. Lift, right? So the reason why I'm pointing respire is spin, because everything that spins is actually good for you. To be around. Like, imagine going on a helicopter ride, unless you're scared. But anyway, low state, a low mental. Let me go back over here. When you're tired and you don't want to do anything, you're in a low mental state and you need a boost. And because you're in a low mental state, you're vibrating low. Those are low vibes. And when people see you, they don't want to be around you that are excited. So being low vibes is because your spirit is spinning really slow. So in order to make it spin faster, you respin it. Just like a little Mexican or a yo-yo. I mean, the thing that spins in the ground. You make it spin and spin it on the ground, and it's losing its motion. I forgot what those little things are called. Like, you grab it and pshing, a little pointy thing. Looks like a spade upside down. A trompo. That's what they call it, a trompo. You know. Then there's a pointy thing. You grab it from here and you spin it, and it spins until it loses motion. So that's low vibes, low frequency when you're losing motion. So in order to spin your spirit faster, all you gotta do is respirate, breathe, brother. Because the reason why we're sometimes feeling low and and not good is because we're probably not breathing the way we used to breathe when we used to be in our teens. I can't write that down. So that tells me respire and re-inspire. And I hope I inspired you, because I'm only doing it once. No, I'm just kidding. No, about doing it once. I like to let people know that if you're feeling down, that's why when people are saying, "Hey," when you get in fights in public and people are like, "Hey, take a breather. Go, take a deep breath. Go take a deep breath." you know, you gotta take a deep breath so you can figure things out, or be able to figure things out. All right, I guess I'm gonna put this out. Unscrew this. That took a minute. And that's why that's the reason why I brought it up, because a lot of times when my 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 thought or my notion goes away, I'm like, what the fuck was I talking about? That's because I probably stopped breathing, because it's I'm not like how can I say it? I'm not nervous or under pressure. I don't know. It's a bad habit. In order to break a bad habit, you gotta remind yourself constantly. Like like me, I tell myself, I'm not gonna move to electric. I'm not gonna move to electric. No, I've never gotten. I'll be honest. I've never gotten to like, I'm tired and sick and tired of this stuff, man. Never. I've always loved it. And the only thing I get sick and tired is that I get the feeling of being sick and tired before I even start. Right? Take initiative. It's like shit, man. Right now I'm on it. I'm on the plane. I don't want to come back down. Thank you. Let me check out the chat. I hope y'all doing good. Just tuning in. If you tuned in earlier and you didn't hear me say, hope you're having a wonderful day. Well, I'm not gonna say I gotta say, but I hope you're having a wonderful day, brother. Thank you. It's a Monday. Today a holiday. There's no school today. Weird. Not that I go to school, but I got children. I have children. All right, let me see. I missed a couple. Sorry, everyone. Big boys, what is up? WLB, RC boys, what is up, brother? From Minnesota, what is up? What is up, brother? Hope y'all doing wonderful out there. I mean, great. Lightning. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Rinks, what is up, brother? Off the god. Okay. Jake Lemon. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing your name, brother. I just call you Jake. How about that, Jake? What is up, Jake? Nice to meet you. I don't think I've ever. Do you got a channel? Let me see if you got a channel. Channel. I always like to subscribe. I am subscribed. Oh, that's Chino the Steve. Chino the Steve. Did I say what's up? Gia. Man. Okay. I'm doing this wrong. Give me a second. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody else. Yeah, I think I got everybody. All right. Cool. So, hopefully this transmission is. No, it's not. Oh, crappers. Alright, hopefully it's the X, but it's not. It's the 21. I put 25. 28, I mean. Or it's 25. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So, if y'all seen Nitro Pimp, by the way, I'm gonna use Nitro Pimp because he has a lot of subscribers. And because he has a lot of subscribers, a lot of you must know that are here that he's doing a Savage speed run. And let me just tell you, I haven't seen anybody else on YouTube because it just started, right? And if you don't know, well, you need to know that if you want, you can just let us know what you got. I was gonna say participate, but there's no prize. No, we just want to know who's the fastest. Not because of ego, but because we want to know we want to know who to call the fastest. You know what I'm saying? We want to know who to call the fastest. We don't want to claim to be the fastest. We just want to know who's the fastest. And and the fastest I've heard is 72, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna probably be in like eighth place out of 20. There's 20 people, but it's worldwide. I hope this message, this um, um yeah, we call it message. I hope some of you are from the UK and are willing to participate. Oh, not participate, but let us know that y'all are faster than us. You know, not because of not because of uh, what can I say? Not because we you think you're all that, but because we want to know who to call, who's the fastest. Okay, so I think we got it clear, Ever. I think we get the point. So we want to know, and then just let us know, brother. Let us know. Let us know what you got. Let us know what you got. In other words, too, let us know what you got because this could be good for everybody. Yeah, it's always good for everybody. What am I talking about? Right here in this channel, brother, I always promised that no BS and no lies. I mean, no unactual, I don't know how to say it, unrealistic things. Like, no disrespects. No changing views. Just showing what I'm doing. Um, I got the stuff out of the way. I'm going to check every single bearing in there because, oh man, a lot of them are useful, and I think I know how to distinguish from which one are already worn out, not worn out. But before I get to that, oh, first I gotta get to this and this, then this, then this needs to clean, it needs an inspection. All right, let me go rinse these out real quick. I here outside. Do I need to take this out? No, that's fine. That's fine. One more bearing. Don't forget your bearings. Don't rinse them. Just a minute. All right. like I was saying, I'm aware that Pip right now is all in it. So, and I think he called me out. You know, he called me out and told me, "Hey, he's ready." And let me tell you, I'm a little intimidated. Like, I'm just saying. And then I just started thinking, Rinks. Like as soon as I walked down and started spraying this thing with the greaser, Rinks popped in my head, and he's and I was like, oh, Rinks is also in it. So now we got two that I'm aware of. I think three because Texas, like I said, Texas is also in it. Texas Hill Country and Osna guy. Jake, Jake, you got a Savage brother? Osna guy, do you have a Savage? How about you, Chino? Y'all have a Savage? I mean, all you have to do is just have one. I mean, all you need is just one. I have two in my collection, and I don't think I want to get more because I don't think they can break. Has anybody seen my videos? Has anybody seen that video of the Savage that I was launching off a ramp, 45 full speed? I think it was like about 50 miles an hour. I don't know if you've seen it, but if you haven't seen it, oh, I don't know how to put the link right here. But man, it didn't break. It didn't break. You gotta go see that video. Oh man, it's the most. It has a ramp on it. It has ready for takeoff. Gotta put that on the link. Oh man. Here, I'll show you guys in a second on my other video. Just give me a sec. Wait, this thing can dry itself. It can dry itself. I'm over here trying to dry it because it's metal. Like that's why uh what's it called? Like the chassis and the other plates. I had to dry them right away because I didn't want them to start rusting. I'm a little I'm a little like OCD about it when it comes to water and aluminum parts on rigs that I don't care because I have spare parts. But man, I gotta start caring more. Saves me money to care. I mean, who knew, right? Put a little bit of care. But it's always both ways, you know. If you don't pay, you gotta pay with time. If you don't want to pay with time, you gotta pay with money. Other way, you gotta pay in some other way. Okay. Here we go. But that's the beauty of it. Fair exchange. No, it's not fair. What the hell am I talking about? Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you the jump. Y'all want to see the jump? I'm gonna show you out of the way. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, I think I was going like, yeah, I bet myself I'm going at least 40. At least 40, brother. But anyway, I just want to show you. Yeah, it is relative. I was like, what am I doing? So it's this one where it shows time to fly, Yeah, brother, you need to get WBO. You need to get two because the Savage, look, Pimp is in it, Raw is in it. People that are always busting out the Savage, I know they're gonna jump in it because, like, man, like I'm saying, Pimp already let everybody know. I'm letting you guys know. Then I think who did I see? I'm kind of not. Oh, there goes the breathing problem. No wonder I couldn't remember. So, um, I think it was Texas. Well, I'll double check right now. But it's this one, and it's called Savage X. Time to. It's the effing Savage. Anyway, let me get to the part. Okay. Okay, here we go.
What's the time? Here we go, brother.
Check it out.
It landed! It landed! It fucking landed! Holy shit! Did you see that? Did you see that? I didn't see it. It landed, and I think it was 4.
No, it wasn't 4 flips. It was 3 flips. There was a guy there. He's like, yeah, that was about 3. And then I counted it after. I put it on slow mo. But anyway, 4 flips, and then I took it down that ramp like that fast. I think that was the fastest. Doesn't look that fast there. It kind of makes me kind of feel embarrassed for saying 40 miles an hour. But it was fucking fast, man. And then the degree on that fucking ramp. That thing slams. That thing broke my fucking shocks because, well, it was my fault kinda. I didn't know one of the screws was backing out on one side, but that thing fucking took it like a champ, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And then not until I realized I wanted to speak up about like slipper clutch eliminators because everybody thinks that you need a slipper clutch, otherwise you're gonna break your transmission or your dog bones. And it's all physics, brother. It's all about physics. And if you don't believe me, oh, I wish I can animate it like, only if I can find somebody to sponsor me and actually make an animation for me just to show you all the, like, the movements and how everything is at play and how that slipper clutch is no use because you have clutch bells. And if anything all of a sudden stops and stops your clutch, your spur gear, and then from your spur gear it stops your clutch bells, your engines aren't gonna snap because they got caught. It's not an electric motor, right? I guess. No, even electric motors don't break. But still, don't need it. And a lot of people wondering how they make their Savage Willy. Like one time I was like, my boy was like, "Oh man, how do you make your Savage Willy?" I'm like, "You gotta remove that slipper clutch. It's ruining all the power. It's taking the power." And then my other boy was over there building a twin engine, and he put a slipper clutch. I'm like, "You're gonna go through the slipper clutch much faster." Why? Because and then plus, unless you glue it, because look, the spring, you gotta count the spring. You got tension going in the spring. That spring ain't gonna have, like, how can I say it? Not everyone tightens that spring like I have tightened it, like all the way tight, because they know they need a little bit of spring loaded action in order, just in case you land wrong, right? But that spring is gonna cause a little bit of slippage. We all know that. That's how a centrifugal spring clutch works. You know, when it's rotating, it starts to create friction, right? Or from how close together the plates are, how tight they are. It's gonna give a little slip, right? And imagine when it's brand new, people put it brand new. They're not. They're putting more power. Another engine. That's one. Another one. More weight. That's another engine. More weight is gonna cause more wear on your moving parts, mechanical parts. Where's my phone? Put it in my pocket. Can't see what I'm doing. Trying to see if I'm showing my hand gestures. So more weight is gonna cause more wear, right? Your gears are gonna probably wear, but hey, brother, I mean, I did use my 3-speed, the stock one, and they never got damaged, but my drive cups did get damaged. But anyway, like I'm saying, more weight increases the wear, right? Then, oh, jeez, turn it down. More weight increases the wear. And so you have more power trying to push more weight, and then you have it at the same setting, or just account, just know how much you always usually tighten up the spring tension, right? With the nut. Where are they? Let me see. Where are they? So I can show you what I'm talking about. Like, depending how tight you tighten up the screw, is going to determine how much slip it's going to give. But just imagine you have it not all the way tight, never, because you don't want it all the way tight for some reason, right? So a little bit of give and more power is just going to make it even more worse, and it's just going to cause more wear. And then when there's more friction instead of grab, it's going to cause heat, and more heat is going to increase more wear, and then that's it. You got to put another pad. That's what I'm trying to point out. So this one right here, the pad was all worn down, and I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell? But it's glued on. I glued it on there. So I got away with the slipper clutch. And this hasn't broken. And it's still on there. I mean, it's probably going to break. I don't remember what kind of epoxy I used. But when you use epoxy, I always use this epoxy. The longer the epoxy duration time to cure, the better. Right? And when you put it on, make sure you clamp it on there. Don't just try to put it on there and center it, because you got to center everything in the shaft. And then put the epoxy when it's in the shaft, put it sideways, and just add the epoxy in there and make sure it's straight. Because that thing has a hex. Does it have a hex? Fucking no, not this. The slipper clutch thing has a hex. No, not that either. Oh, this is a custom one. Oh, I don't know what the hell is going on right here. Okay. Something has a hex because look, the transmission shaft has a hex. Oh, I see. I'm an idiot. That hex is for like that one little washer or bushing. Anyway, moving on. Here. Uh, let's start with choosing my bearings, brother. Just go along with it. Hey, that there. So I got my bearing graveyard. Oh, something happened to my internet. Am I still on the live? Oh yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Always insecure. I'm working on it. Alright, off the guy has a 4.6. Off the guy, are you in? Are you in? Are you gonna show us what you got? Alright. I'm in it. Alright, Chino to Steve. Alright, brother. I didn't know that, brother. I am very sorry not knowing. But yeah, awesome. So now we got a few more. Okay, cool. Yep, Slash. We'll get to a Slash, brother. We'll get to a Slash. Yeah, hey, Chino Steve, everybody needs a Savage indeed. I'm not kidding. Because I mean, it's been proven. And I've seen it. And I know if something happens, like say something, we all make mistakes, right? And that's how we learn. But then some of us don't care about the cost of that mistake. They just wanted to see it work that way, right? But if you're like me, you know, and you're like not not really inclined to buy new parts all the time, you know, because you want to try to make them look less as long as you want. I mean, as long as you can. And I'm not saying like baby in it, but I'm saying like snapping those dog bones. You know, it's preventable. It's preventable. But I hope it helps. That's my intention, you know, to help, help. Okay, that's right here. So the Savage transmission, I don't know much about it, brother. I'll tell you that. The way I learned about things, just put things together, like by mechanics, just to see the function of it. That's really just the secret of mechanics. It has to move according to the rest of whatever it's connected to, right? If it doesn't look like it moves, or it's supposed to be placed there and it's preventing something to move, because we're talking about mechanics, right? Everything mechanical moves. It has to move. You know, if not, then it's not a mechanic. It's probably something else. But hold on. Let the my neighbors are getting their yard done, and they're right here. I can't tell them, hey, stop, right? They're my neighbors. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go take a little break. I'll be right back, brother. Enjoy the four stroke. Yeah, four strokes. I wonder what it'll do if you put the nitro in it, man, with the big ass glow plug. Get one from the NHRA. Pretty sure they have big ass fucking glow plugs, bigger than the spark plug. that uses fucking 12 volts instead of 1.5. You gotta light that shit up with 12 volts, brother. I'm pretty sure that's what they do, right? I'm pretty sure that's what they're using in the NHRA for those funny cars that use nitro fuel. It's like 95% nitro. If you know, well, you know, but I'm pretty sure I did also see a fucking, what do you call that timing thing that gives the shock? Oh, the distributor. Yeah. The signal distributor, the coil. Big ass coil. Big ass rotating coil, or is it a water pump? Pimp! Is Pimp here? What is up, Pimp? I let everybody know what's going on here. I mean, those who I assume that probably don't know, but hey, okay, we can continue. Hold on. Wait, I can't continue yet, man. I'm freaking cluttered now. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, I'm doing good. Oh, nice. Awesome. I'm not doing so bad. Finally, I like the way things are going in here. I mean, over here. I mean, I'm the only one that can see, right? But hey, not bad. All right. Bearings. Bear with me with these bearings, brother, because woo. Let me see if I can find all of them. So in a bearing, what I look for is resistance, but smooth resistance. and something that doesn't distort the vibration. For example, when you have detonation, you're. Wait, that's a bad example. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is everything is harmonious, right? And it has a harmony to it. That's why I love the two stroke. And when it's a good tune, it's harmonious. And if it's not, the tune is jumping all over the place in certain rotations. You know, and can't notice it because yeah, you can. It goes but anyway, look, it's harmonious. So when I feel this berry, what I'm trying to feel is like if I was thinking of, oh man, how can I say this? Like instead of some liquid lubricant like grease, how can I say this? It feels like it has brakes on it, but a smooth brakes, like if you're riding on your brake. Like it feels like it's not stuck. I don't want to say resistant because nothing's wiring. If it's really smooth, really really smooth, and if it's not new, then it's not a ceramic bearing. Only ceramic bearings are really freaking smooth when they're new. And these, when they're new, they have a little bit of resistance to it. They're not like easily like spinnable, right? But then you gotta think about what if it's rust, right? But I don't hear any cracks. I hear it smooth and quiet. Usually when it's kind of rough, you hear the roughness. But that's smooth, and these putting them back in. But not all of them are like that. Like this one. Let me see. Can y'all hear this? I don't think so. So that was kind of worn. Another thing you gotta do to check if it's super worn out is grab the inside of the ring and give it some movement and see if there's way too much play. Right? But this one looks like it's still usable, but I don't want to put it in there because I do feel like there's a little tiny pebbles, even though they're not rocks. Little tiny grains or something like rust in there because it's kind of rough. Yeah. This one's a lot better. So, moving on. Moving on. Rocket Perry, what is up, brother? Must be electric. Can't hear it. Oh, what's going to build completely new? Okay, let me see. Let me go back from the top. Oh. Safety meeting. Oh, you. Oh. Pimp. It's like safety meeting. I'm like, are you referring to me? No, let me know. Let me know, Pimp, what you're referring to. But I see safety meeting. Just kind of like, okay, what does that mean? Is that for me? Okay, oh, you're in the safety meeting. Oh, at work. Your business. Cool. Awesome. I have 6 ATCs. Coolness. ATCs are automatic. I don't know what ATCs are. What are ATCs? Only RCs? Let me know what are ATCs. I thought I was reading ATVs. Have what is up? Magneto. WBL. See, I question myself like, what? I can't, I don't know. I need to know. Like, it's probably doesn't have, like the message that I'm reading probably doesn't have to do nothing about me. And I'm over here worried about what you mean. Hey, what's up, Evie? Rock Perry. I just read you right now. Oh, you use magnetos on the FC. Oh, what's the FC? You mean the FC 1/5 scale RCs? Oh man, now I'm got a big question mark. Okay, little drag. Oh, Chino the Steve says, oh, he got something to show us with this 2-speed. Let's see, brother. I can't remember who got the prize last time. Was it Raw or was it Rob RC? Savage Rob or was it Raw RC? One more power, remove the Venturi from the carburetor. You'll get more airflow. Hey, brother, you know what could give you even more power? Just let it run away. Just no. I always thought. No, honestly, like I always thought that giving it more power is when like you gotta limit two things. Kind of limiting the fuel like when it's really lean, and when it's really lean, you can't open it all the way. But there's a certain setting. It's like like call it a gear ratio. You know, it's like a like weird. You know, like timing. It's kind of like weird timing when you're supposed to like the way I seen others get the most out of an engine is that I've noticed that when they're running really lean, you can't run it on wide open throttle. That's what I'm trying to say, right? You can't run it because then it'll bog out. And then you got to give it time. And that's weird. Like 70% or maybe less throttle. Nitro Pimp says he doesn't have any ceramic bearings. Hey, brother, I'm going to have to get some ceramics if the original ones, I mean, these are the original ones too. And if these don't do the trick, then I guess. Oh, by the way, I'm considering everything, right? But I'll get to the thing right now. Like, they're almost done next door. Let me just give it a couple more minutes and I'll get to it. We're going to build complete new rig. Little Rowdy then got me in the fields. Was going to build. Oh, you were going to build a new one? Oh, man. I was hoping like, I'll tell you right now. Oh, damn, blower. Let's see, it was. Afna goes. Afna wants to put out a video, but he's uncertain. Brother, it's not a competition, brother. We just wanna just we want you to be a part of. We want you to come and join us. It's an invitation to the worldwide. I was gonna say nationals. It's worldwide. You know? Invitation. This is the invitational. No, the invitation worldwide or international. No, worldwide. Let's call it worldwide because you never know if there's people living out there in the ocean. They figure it out, or maybe people underground. I don't know how to say worldwide. Maybe there's people in the moon. They're watching us. And we don't know. Maybe in I don't know, but yeah, everything, everywhere, everybody, everywhere. Let's just say everywhere. Invitation everywhere. Invitational for the everywhere Nitro. Am I still trying to talk over the blower? Holy moly. Give me a second, brother. Or like give him a couple more minutes so we can finish. Spartan builds count. Savage Raw from SoCal. Just throwing that. Yeah. Over here, Nitro Pimp. Hey, Pimp, don't think I'm not. I'm excusing anything anybody says because I saw your video and I saw you were using a 21 chassis. And then the next thing I started worrying about is if I have the heavy duty 2-speed, and I don't. I don't have the heavy duty 2-speed, but that was gonna be the trick because maybe these Monkey Metal gears are gonna probably give up in a certain load. Maybe the Matrix is gonna be like, oh, cut it, cut the gear. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I was hoping this was gonna be a Savage X heavy duty 2-speed, but it's not. That's okay. That's okay. Look, if anything, look, if I can do it with the Savage X, which I'm gonna start off with, because anybody out there, I think I need to put the speed run again because that was last year. It doesn't count anymore. It has to be this year, right? This month, since we said it. So I gotta go back there again. Do that. I can't remember how much it was, but I'll show you guys. Let that be a surprise. Unless you cheat and you go back to my videos and you find the other one that I did. But anyway, the latest one with the 28.8 Novarosa Gimar modified. Try that first. Anybody beats me with that? Because I know Texas Hill also is on it. And I know he has a 28.8. I know he has it on it. He's ready. Okay, I know that. I'm aware of it. And we'll see. We'll see who really like. Don't think I'm over here thinking I'm not gonna have it. I'm gonna have it easy. Oh man, y'all saw what happened last time? The Chinese. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you, Lolo. Hey, talking about the Savage and crashes. Look, listen. I want to share this moment. If you saw my crash, it wasn't really a freaking epic crash. It was more like, what the fuck happened? I couldn't see. Look, but anyway, I showed you guys when the lady came over, and I showed you guys I was terrified. And look, listen, I just started smiling not too long ago, but I was really close. I was really fucking close on letting my fucking lip cure. Because, fuck, dude, my fucking smile just rips my mouth apart. I don't fucking get it. Why am I so cursed? And then it's cold. It doesn't feel like New Year's. It still feels like Christmas. The fucking moon is right there next to the sun, you know. Um. So anyway, I almost. Oh, did y'all saw that? Here, let me get my fucking face up. So anyway, I start smiling again. Fuck, it's fucking red. It hurts. It doesn't hurt, but it hurts when it dries. But anyway, look, listen. The lady was over here. She came to my house. Not because I was embarrassed, but because I was proud. I was like, fuck yeah. Inside me, I was like, fuck yeah. But then the old me, the one that's always trying to bug me and mess me up, you know, he's like, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You don't have a license. You don't have insurance. Like all these freaking things, I'm like, bro, you weren't driving a car. You were driving an RC car. And I was still fucking terrified. I was like, man, what kind of lawyer do I need for this fucking thing? So I let the lady come over here and I cleaned it up. It wasn't bad. Not that I wouldn't live with, but it's her car, and you know, you kind of you are your car, kind of. No, we are the cars. Whoa. But anyway, you always pay the price, right? And that day, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I owe you guys an explanation, even though you don't want it. I feel like I gotta get it out because I want to feel free, right? Well, the truth will set me free. That's how I feel. Now, I'm not trying to joke. I'm just trying to let you guys know that, look, because some of you are like, are you that stupid to run those type of fucking tires out there? In the middle of cars? When there's cars coming, right? So, I was thinking these freaking things that will also give you freaking better grip than any other tires that I have on the road. But it didn't, brother. It flopped. It was a flop. Um, one of them broke. Oh, it's right here. Right here, brother. I don't know how that happened, but it's just, it is what it is, right? And I just want to say that I feel bad because I don't remember telling her sorry. I just remember telling her yes and responding to every question that she had and trying to calm her down that that it was just a plastic bump. Like I don't know how I was trying to describe it. You know, it looked horrible. I was scared. I was like, shit, I might have to pay for a new bumper. But I didn't, but I did have to pay for new wheels, brother, and that's okay. The lady was very nice, and if she ever calls me, it'll be fine. But I just want to say that I do feel sorry I hit her. I do feel, and I don't regret it. That's one thing, though. I mean, I don't feel sorry. I I feel guilt. I know I caused it. I know. What do I want to say? I take full responsibility. There you go, brother. That's what I wanted to say. Jeez. Don't never feel sorry for anybody. It's bad. It makes them worse. It makes them worse. It's all energy, brother. The way you put feelings to somebody, is the way you're trying to transform them. So I always feel good, even though you're trying to push your buttons. Those other wrong buttons, you know what I'm saying? The ones that piss you off. Um, yeah, I feel sorry. I don't feel sorry. I take full responsibility, and I'm gonna be more cautious. And I was last run that I did. I looked both ways. I made sure that both lanes were clear on both sides. The opposite side and this side. So that's that. Just want to let y'all know, and I think I feel better about that for some reason. Yeah, winter season, brother. It's still winter season. The winter solstice. We are still angled away from the sun. I I know how you broke that wheel. How, pimp? Because I'm thinking she kind of ran over it. No, I'm thinking from the bang. I don't know. I think if I'm flipping over, I don't think it caused that much force when it flips over. Maybe if I was going like 30, but yeah, I'm thinking it got caught on her bumper underneath or the wheel almost. But I drove off. I drove off and I drove out the street. Something you're supposed to do when you crash anywhere. Get away from traffic. I got it out of the traffic. I didn't need I didn't need to fucking call a tow truck. Holy crap! I was out the way. I think you did it when you whacked that lady's car at 30. Yeah, I think that's what happened. But I don't see how it happened. But look, when I cleaned it, I should have took pictures when I cleaned it. I did. I think I did. But I did clean it, and I was worried as shit. My fucking lips almost cured. You know, my lips almost cured. Don't use chapstick. If you're wondering, you know what I should use? Fucking whatever I recovered from the exhaust from my RC cars. The castor oil. Dude, that thing one time I put some on there and it just dried the shit out of my lip. I think it didn't make it worse, but it's kind of weird. Let's try it again. Alright, what GPS speed meter do you guys like? Oh, recommended the newest version, the latest. Anything GPS related. Global positioning system. We need, oh, and you have to have at least 7 satellites connected. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But a GPS will be fine. You can do it with the GPS, and I use the GPS. And the best one you can use would be that GNSS that they have. It's like, what, $60? It's way better than any other one with an LCD, brother. I'll tell you, I had to buy like 5. No, not even. I'm lying. Still have pieces. Because I'm wondering, what if one day I come up with check it out. What if one day a seller puts out ones that don't turn on as parts, right? So I buy the ones that parts, and I have the batteries for them or the circuit boards. But the one thing I don't have is the LCD screen. It's cracked from crashing. That's the no good thing. Using the one Tom Lee RC uses. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. They're China based. They are still more expensive, but you're just gonna waste more money on breaking something because you are gonna break it doing speed runs. And the best one is the GNSS. People doing 200 on electric RCs are using GNSS, but this one that looks like a freaking gigapet. Y'all remember those gigapets? When you're little, you buy a little gigapet and you gotta feed it, and then blah blah. I used to steal them and sell them, but one day I got caught and I stopped doing it because I thought I was getting deported. But I never got deported, brother. Not even my PO deported me. He cut me some slack so many times for coming out dirty. But look. If I went to jail, I would have been deported. So I was in the process of my citizenship. Anyway, that was cool shit. You know what he did? Also, my PO, he wiped out all my restitution fees for drug testing and whatever they were charging me for. Because I graduated. I got my diploma in probation in a probation school, where it's the last. This is where continuation schools don't even accept you. Anyway, here's my gigapet that tells me the fucking used to tell me the speed. But look, you it's awful. I don't need to explain why. It's just awful. Look at what happens. And it just didn't happen once or twice because I'm dumb. But because I was just trying to speed run, brother. I was just trying to speed run. And with speed running, there's a bunch of probability and a lot of, oh man, I'm stuck. Maybe I should keep it simple. Look, many things can happen. So many things can occur. And look, here's my PC board that I'm saving, just in case this still works. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe if I get into it, anybody can figure anything out, brother. If you get into it, So don't think I'm special. Just think that I'm dumb for putting who knows how many hours throughout my life trying to figure something out, right? But that's the beauty of it, because when you figure it out and you realize that that's not it and there's still more, then I guess it's just like, speed running. You get 50 miles an hour, and then you know you can go faster. You think you can go faster, and you go and see if you can go faster, right? And it's just an endless cycle. It's not a loop because you're not going back out there to get another 50 again. Shit. I've gotten excited just by going getting a 51. You know? It's like, fuck all day. Bro, one time I wanted to quit. I was like, fuck this. And at the end, I was like, fuck this, you know? I guess the fucking GNS, I don't know what happened, brother, but I got it at the end. You know, at the end, I was angry and I got it. And I was like, scratching my head. And I was like, should I still be mad? I was able to switch my mind with that just 1 mile an hour, brother. Shout out to my modding my sleeves. Now I want to get to that soon. Anyway, coming back over here. What was I talking about? Oh shit. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Oh yeah. Yeah. What a dummy. I was showing you the. Oh, brother, that's because I didn't breathe. The whole time I forgot to breathe. I don't think I was breathing. Good thing I finished what I was trying to say though on time before I fucking zoned out. Alright, let me breathe. Okay, so yes, the gigapet. You can put it away now. So recommended you get the GNSS because if you're insecure about it, you can always put pads on it. Cushioning. Like let me show you my where is it? What did I do last time? Oh yeah, you can just put pads, you know, the ones that have tape, cut it and then or put some cushioning around it, put it in the bag or something. I don't think concealing it ruins the reception. I don't think so, man. There's something on the freaking manual where it says don't cover it. Copy you liking the new Instant 360? I don't have that yet, brother. I'm still working with the old 360, the Pro, but the first one. Oh, that question wasn't for me. Haha, Pimp. Yeah, very easy, right, Pimp? You break it, you bought it. Oh, random drug test. Oh man, random search and seizure when they came to your house talking about the PO. Random, random visits. Anyway, moving on, brother. I think I did move on. Then I just went back for a little bit. The included software is pretty good, and it's free. The best things. I always thought the best things in life are free. You know what I mean? Best things. I got one bearing complete. Going in. I'm gonna probably need your guys' help. If you guys are watching closely and you notice something, let me know. Is there a bearing in there? Yeah. Bearing goes in there. Yeah, I'm gonna put this is the one that you checked earlier. Back. These right here, don't think I'm putting them away. I'm gonna use these for the axles. You know, the ones that spin really easily and that feel like they can spin forever. Oh, that's another detail you want to know. If your bearing spins forever, it means it's probably already broken in. But if you feel it that it's not pretty stiff when you move both rings the opposite direction, and it's pretty tight, then that means it's probably still good, really good, right? But to be more safe and sound, It does sound good and safe. Let's hear it again. How does that sound? It sounds good. Like metal. No, brother. No seriousness. I don't want to take the transmission apart until next year, brother. Like, if this thing breaks and I have to come back home with the lemon. Hey, by the way, my neighbor has a lemon tree. If I have to cut some lemons and come back home and remind myself what I just did, and I just went out and got a fucking lemon, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be like, fuck! What the fuck, man? Holy shit. I need to pump it up. I'm like, damn! Did I just go out? Hey, a lot of times, the only reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of times I've gotten very aggravated out there. And enough to like have me tripping afterwards when I realized that maybe somebody saw me and how embarrassing it would be if they were one of my subscribers. It's like, hey man, you're not always freaking in a good mood. Look at you, fucking all pissed off and shit. Like things, it's normal, isn't it? I see it as a normal thing, but what I'm trying to say is that I get a little overboard with myself sometimes. And if I do that, not like exaggerating, like really serious angry, but doing things over and over and over and not seeing it. Like, for example, if I'm going out there trying to, like, if there's a problem with my slipper clutch and I'm going out there constantly, and like it's the fifth time and it's not fixed, I get really aggravated. And I get even more aggravated because I won't stop until it fucking gets fixed. And then once it gets fixed and I'm fucking like out of my mind, that's when I can turn it around and be like, whew, I can finally breathe now. But yeah, brother, it's not like out of control, but it's like something I do to push myself in order to not. It also helps me go to sleep because that's what made me do it a lot of times because like at the moments when I wanted to like put it aside and be like, tomorrow. I don't want to wake up and know that I've been working 5, 6 hours and I still gotta go back to it. Either I do it all the way or I just go in and fix one thing and then fix the other little things, but I don't want to leave things halfway and wake up the next day and be like, shit, man. It's kind of not, I don't know, probably overthinking it, but that's that's one thing that I want to try to do today. Even though I have like 5 hours already talking and not noticing what time it is. Yeah, what time it is? What is it? 5 o'clock. Uh, I got a big ass bowl of coffee over there, just in case. Okay, this one's good. Okay, this bigger one. Oh, I gotta say something about these bearings. The best way you can buy bearings is if you figure out. I mean, I'm only saying this because a lot of times we buy bearing kits, right? If you're the one that buys bearing kits, there's a better way. If you can't find your bearings, um, in not in the kit, kind of like for example, knowing the size of the bearing and buying it in size. Know what I mean? Instead of buying the kit where it comes in various sizes for your rig, that's more expensive. Better off if you buy them individual sizes from TRB. I buy my bearings out from TRB. The new ones that I have, any of these that are new, are from TRB. Not these ones. The ones on my other Savage, they're all from TRB, brother. Or Fast Eddie. I think Fast Eddie is a little bit more expensive. But TRB is the way to be. Okay, there was one bearing in there. Another bearing on the outside. And then there we go. I was checking to see if they make contact. And yeah, they do, but that's fine. Okay, now what the hell did I do here? Gonna have to refamiliarize myself with this. You know, I don't know if you know what I mean. Oh, there we go. Yeah, cool. That works. So if it doesn't work, doesn't seem like it's supposed to be there. And if it doesn't align with everything, it's not supposed to be there. Nice. That. Oh, I'm not even done with the bearings. Crap. Zoning out. You got breathing problems, brother. Our breathing habit is awful. Another thing you want to make sure you don't put back in there is dirt. Dirt can cause things to wear easier, make your mesh tighter. Because you gotta count how many times it spins. I'm not talking about like once it spins a little bit or in a run. I'm talking about in the long run, gradually. Could be slowly or fast. But any debris in there, it's not gonna make it last. You know, that's one thing I don't want to do is rebuild this thing. Those there, got those there. One more, brother, one more. You're almost done. We are almost done. Oh, this one looks good, but it's kind of rusted. See, like I said, if it feels rough, too smooth and rough, if it's stuck, no good. If it's rough, probably no good. Man, it's so confusing, right? Like this one's like perfect. Like if it's broken in, it's like smooth but not too smooth, not too wobbly and super stiff. Yeah, man, these bearings are still good. Who knows how fast the thing spins inside? A lot. Okay, like that. That. So I told you the one trick. The first trick is to take care of that dog bone angle, right? No, the first trick was the slipper clutch. Letting you know that the slipper clutch is pointless. And the slipper clutch removal, yeah, it's actually pointless. Like if I was to say, oh, maybe it's for beginners. Nope, pointless. You're still gonna break it, or you're still gonna work on it. Like anybody else that has a slipper clutch, the more power you put on it, if it's not tight enough, that spring can only hold so much load until it slips, right? So even if you remove the spring and you just put a bushing in there, a spacer, tight, it's still gonna slip. The paper's gonna rip if it's that intact on both sides of the plate, right? But it's gonna slip, it's gonna give, it's gonna slip, and at one point, it's just gonna slip too much. It's not gonna go anywhere. Y'all know what I mean? You're just gonna have to replace it more constantly. So, like, I'm telling you, this is, like, for sure, like, I can put myself on the spot that slipper clutches, it's just a money making uh tactic. Unnecessary. You know, anybody would tell you. Anybody that knows about speed and realizes why slipper everything breaks right. Physics. Okay, next. Sequence. See, my intent. I'm not happy now, but I know I'm gonna be. I am gonna get super excited when you're like, "Hey, brother, you're right." I mean, you're not right or left, but hey, you're correct. Slipper clutches are kind of pointless, but they're cool. Like, you're putting your stuff together. You want to put it together complete. So there it goes. Oh, look at this. So we have a broken. It's time to discover the 2-speed on the Savage. All right, we're going in. One thing I always do is just grab a little bit of a Q-tip. Just always use Q-tips. So they always come in handy. Look at that. That called slippage? Is it grease for a one-way bearing? I don't know what kind of grease that is, brother. They all seem the same to me, right? Unless you have a super sensitive fingertips that can sense every vibrational frequency that exists. It's like, I'm a bat. I am Batman. I can see with sound. I'm sonar activated. What do you call it when they can see with sound? They can see. Oh, crap. I'm phone. Phone. Give me a second, guys. If I can't remember or find out right now, I'm going to be feeling weird. How do bats see with sound? What's it called? One like that. Echolocation. Is that even in here? I just saw the word echo. Yeah, echolocation has to do with sound. And it's like a print. They can hear the sound and print it out. Kind of like your camera. If your camera, instead of doing a flash, you just talk into it, and then everything will vibrate around and will catch everything vibrating in your environment and print it out like in the Matrix. One of the scenes, where it's all green. But echolocation, yeah. Oh man, where did I bring that up? Anyway, so I was saying that slipper clutch, it's it's time to get rid of it. And I'm not telling you what to do. No, brother, y'all can do whatever you guys wish, brother. It's not really up to me, it's up to you, brother. If you want to beat me or beat anybody. Hey, unless the slipper clutch, they make something that, oh man, indestructible or unslippable. Not unslippable, because that's the point of it, right? Okay, this thing does not look right. Talking about being right. Look at this thing. All chewed up in there. No wonder it wasn't shifting. Yeah! That's what it was. Look at this. It's no spring action in this thing. This thing's gonna try to shift at 2 miles an hour, brother. I'm going 2 miles an hour. That's like walking speed. It's gonna try to shift that fast in second gear. Give it the turtleneck. Shout out to you, Pip. Yeah, not calling you slow, but you know what I mean. East Eddie is proud of his kits. Oh, Fast Eddie? Oh, I'm wondering if you know him. GoPro Max 2. Nice. I've been using the GoPro Max 2. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of going GoPro because unless the Insta360 also has that GPS and the speedometer telemetry and on screen on dash. If you can see it like the GoPro, because that's what I want. That's the whole reason why I wanted to get an onboard camera. Oh, I mean, that's the reason why I didn't want to get the newest Insta360 because I have the camera, the the Pro, but not the Pro 2. The newest, no, not the newest, the oldest version. I have the oldest version and it's great, but there's better now. You know, the fucking zoom is horrible. Can't even tell what it is. You gotta be far away and then zoom in and then watch your zoom. It's like weird. And then the sound is absconds. The fucking sound fucking goes missing sometimes. And then the worst part, you know what I realized? If you're a YouTuber, you ever realize that how your audio is probably kind of low? The other day, I was on YouTube just checking out ads. Well, there was this ad where, or this app that you can buy to make your YouTube's videos sound louder. I'm like, what? Is that what everybody's using besides the DJI camera, the wireless camera that you, the voice over, or the voice adding the voice on your editing with your videos, right? So I'm thinking, what? Now there's a subscription if you want your audio to sound good, right? Because my audio is awful. When I put music on that on the Insta360 Studio, it has two volumes. One's for the audio and one's for the music you're putting on that the Insta360 provides in their library, right? Online. And then there's the audio from the video you recorded on your camera. And when you mix those two together, if you reduce the audio because it's too loud on the music, it affects your video. It's not, it doesn't go according to, it's not consistent, it's not according to your settings. You know what I'm saying? So it distorts and it messes with the other fucking thing. So that's one of the reasons why I was thinking, man, is that another thing you got to do? Buy the little microphone thing you record right here, you put on your chest, right? And then add it later. And then also you have to get a subscription. Like, man, hey, it is what it is, right? I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, man, I got a lot to catch up to and lots to learn. I thought I was already doing my thing. I was like, yo, I'm on the roll, brother. I can't even get up and start because I'm always, I don't know, I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, we're sitting right here. Oh, that's what I wanted to look for. Is mine. Need to see if I have another one of those little pieces. Give me a sec. Another clutch. Or a clutch tooth. Which was this one? Ooh. Holy moly, no way. Oh, that's fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome. I did not have a new one. A spare. Do I have the gear? Hold on a sec. Oh, because this one's all fucked up. Let's show you what I have, right? Not showing you, but I mean, not show you what I have exactly, but show you what I'm doing. Okay. Um, I have the clutch. Brand new. Good news. Awesome news. Better than your daily news. No, I don't know about that. Everybody's different. I don't like the news. Alright, that's not gonna work. I have a brand new slipper clutch pad right here. And it's the only one I ever bought. And when I bought it, I regretted it. I'm like, man, I didn't have to buy it. Because I discovered the truth. Yeah. I'm not kidding. Oh man, that's horrible. Like, can you imagine? Like, it really turns out to be that one guy at HPI headquarters was like, hey, we gotta figure out how to cash in more. Why do you think they're doing all this fucking monetary fucking, not monetary, this pay as you go video games now? What am I talking about? Video games? Anyway, yeah, they're trying to give you a subscription for everything and monetize everywhere. Which is not a bad idea, but like, do we really need a slipper clutch, right? Why don't you monetize something on a better freaking gear hub or something for the Savage, right? Maybe like giving us FLM gears or maybe steel gears all around for the same price instead of making who knows how many fucking slipper clutch made throughout your existence, HPI. But it's okay. Hey, hey. They thought I was never going to find out. I'm about to fucking well be the whistleblower, be the I'm gonna hit headlines, brother. I mean, just kidding. Hey, I'm not hating, brother. It's like it is what it is. I'm too late to the party. What was I gonna show you? Oh no, I'm looking for one of these gear things I can replace, and I don't think I have one, man. Oh, the one right there is all damaged. I think I have another transmission, maybe. I'm gonna check. I think I do have one. Yes, I do. Oh, and that fucking thing is on. Where'd it go? Oh crap, man. That's what happens for talking shit. All right, it's right here. I found it. You know what I was thinking? Maybe I can replace this two-speed gear and put something else. But no, thinking too far ahead. Far ahead off a different dimension. It's like, yeah, it is a different dimension because this has dimensions, right? Anyway, and here we have. Yeah, it's right here, brother. We did it. Yeah. Oh, oh, shit. Oh, shit, Rocky. Oh, shit, Rocky. Oh, I see what happened over here. Ah. So there's 2 pins. There has to be one on each side. Right? Hey, check this out. I gotta let y'all know about this. But first, after these short messages, brother, commercials, breaks. Fuck, what do they say after this short commercial break? Give me a second, brother. Give me a second. This is gonna be good. See, I feel like I need to tell you guys what my brain is doing or thinking because I think that's the way to go. That way I don't look. For example, not all 2 speeds are the same or created equally. Okay, not all of them. Because when you hear a 2 speed, just make sure what kind of 2 speed. HSP 2 speeds suck. Why they suck? Because they look fucking. You buy the aluminum, all the hop up parts, and it breaks faster than the plastic one. I don't know if you've ever. Hope you didn't experience that because I did. But anyway, it's the way it's made, right? Um, this thing only has 1 pin in there. I gotta take a break, brother. I have to get me some water. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. I didn't mean to get you going. But let me get something, brother. I need like a little bit of sugar. Just take a minute. All right. Got some apples. The apple comes from the tree of knowledge. That's why Apple, like the iPhone company Apple, they have an apple with the bite on it. Let me try to show you how it is. How's the logo like this? Because in Adam and Eve, the forbidden has different meanings, but one of the meanings is once you take a bite of knowledge, you can't you can't stop it. Once you get a bite of what you need to know, can't stop. Kind of like when people go down the rabbit hole. If you don't stop, you're screwed. It's endless. But that's not what it actually means. It just means enlightenment. Take a bite of the apple. Eat your greens. Excuse me. Hmm. But see, the company Apple got it wrong, or I got it wrong, but I tried Apple. I even bought the first iPhone. I was in line and everything. I did all that fucking waiting list and crap. I got rid of it. They didn't make me stay. I was like, fuck that. Maybe that's why I'm so like I'm not against anything or everything. If you ever hear me complaining, I'm like I'm more like repulsive, more like take it somewhere else, you know? There's enough room in this world. Take it somewhere else. As long as it doesn't affect anybody, you're not affecting anybody with your BS. Well, Apple, man, what? Talking about planned obsolescence and talking about how they fucking rip you off and how they tell people how they're ripping them off and how they're still buying it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I realized something. It's not about if the brand is good or not. It's about what people think. Popularity. Like, for example, if I don't want to give examples because I'm not the one to give examples, but pay close attention. A lot of stuff made in expensive stores, they also make them in cheaper stores, but with a different brand. And most of the time, you're just paying for the brand. It is what it is, right? And I guess there's a good excuse for them doing this bullshit, like selling the shit we don't need, right? Because that money goes towards advertising, or I guess so, right? And advertising isn't expensive. It's fucking advertising is fucking expensive by me. I suppose, right? So just imagine. Not everybody knows about HPI. Like I'm the only RC guy around here, but if you talk to somebody around here about HPI, they really don't have a clue unless you go to the hobby shop. But a lot is Traxxas, and I guess it did a good job in advertising. They also have a slipper clutch mechanism. That shit's even worse. It's like they try to make a lightweight slipper clutch. Oh man. Anyway, I'm not saying it's not genius, but it doesn't take much, brother. Like to know and see. Like I tried. I'm not saying, hey, if you don't get it, well, that's you. But in reality, that's why I keep trying because it's a ripoff, brother. And they're ripping off my community. I'm gonna let you guys know. Hey, don't. Because even though even let me rephrase it. Even though there's some uptight people out there putting some bogus prices where you gotta buy it because you have no other choice. Nobody else sells it, right? It's the last one. Or scalpers. Like, that's ridiculous. That right there is ridiculous. I get it. There's also storage fees for old stock. I get it. People charge more, but Jesus, sometimes kind of out of control, like the Traxxas. Well, no, not really. Rarity, but it all has to do with popularity. What am I doing? Yeah, what am I saying now? Okay, let me go on with this thing that I was gonna show you guys. Never took my break, bro. Let me take a breather real quick. I won't take long. I promise. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. You can hear me still. Oh man. Been a long time. I feel like I feel like Charizard every time I take a rip. Talking about Pokemons. Oh no, that's Digipets. Um, remember, don't get LCD screens on your speedometer. Go with the inbox. Excuse me. Jesus. Okay. Moving. Let me get this together and then I'll show you what I want to tell you about the clutch, not the clutch cam, the clutch bell. Yeah. Yes. I'm on the live. What happened? I don't know why. Oh no. I don't know. Later. Okay. Goodbye. All right. Well. Clutch cam. Oh shit! 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 Is there another one in there? Yeah, there should be. Yeah, there is. Yeah, I'm lucky that this I had one laying around. Need clutch cam. Would have been pissed. Would have been like, what happened? Okay, I'm gonna put Loctite. That. Okay, which side does it go? Spinning. Yeah, I'm not checking the manual, so we will see. Got to take this apart again. Usually, if you have the manual, you would know right away. Okay. we go. So this cams, they come with 2 grub screws. One of them, I don't know what to call these, brother. Every time I try to name these, even though they're still grub screws, pin screws, pin drives. Shit, man. Pin drives with the grub screw, all in one. Fuck, man. Till this day, I don't know what these are called, but right here, right? The usual Traxxas pins. There goes in first, with no Loctite. Make sure I put it right. Yeah. Whoa! What the wrong with this one? Y'all heard that? Why did I put it in the back? See, I didn't catch that. This thing is freaking. It's not usable. Ay. I should have a spare one. Should I? Should have one. Should have one. Yep, we do have one. This one's an odd size. I don't have many of these. Usually I have the bigger size. How's the X? Yep. You can even see the octagon on there. How many sizes does it have? 6. That's not coincidence that it has 6 sides. The hex drive. The driver, the pin, the tip. Oh, crap. Texas! Texas just showed up. Did you just showed up? Or hey, where aren't you? Aren't you in the speed run? Call it the speed run movement. Yeah, speed run movement. Yeah, that's what sounds good. Are you in? Are you in, brother? Are you in with the brotherhood? Awesome. Yeah. Okay. This one's gonna use Loctite. Check it out. I broke. If you ever break your cap, just put it in a bag. Seal it. All right. With the tension, I know you can adjust it on the thing, but just for future reference, you can always start having a feeling, learning the feeling of how much tension does it really. Well, you don't. I'm not saying how to learn how to be exact on your shift point at what RPM, right? But I'm saying you can always feel, like have a feeling right here, like this one engages this quick, right? And then if I tighten it up and knowing the tightness and knowing how it's not too tight or not too loose. Or you can do that, right? Just feel the way it feels when it's all the way loose and all the way tight, and then just go with the middle. And that should be okay shift point. Or if you have the manual will tell you. But then, what if you have a bad spring? Your springs are always, if it's not shiny, it's not doable. This one's still gold. Could be gold. Now it looks green. Anyway, oh, that's a nice spring. Yeah, it's brand new, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Probably not, but the spring looks good. That looks good. I'm gonna add some more Loctite. Oh, blast kill. All right. Should I clean that up? Yeah. Clean this up. There's a little bit of dry residue. Don't want that to affect the way it's gonna cure. Not let it cure or whatever. Just, it's all for prevention, brother. Prevention. Oh, 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 oh. Where you going? What's going on, my boy? What is up, 340 Nitro Sound RC? Glad you're tuning in here with us. Oh, glad you're tuning in. Glad you tuned in. Yeah. I still need to work on my intro. I gotta have a good intro. You know what I was thinking? When I do a break-in video or something, I have enough people every time I get a like, I get to rev the engine or something, Or I don't know. Something has to come up. Alright, so anyway. I'm getting a feel. Think I need more. Yeah, I'm gonna have it a little late. So if you already have a sense of knowing, well, if you have an idea of, if you kind of discover, I mean, if you figured out what I'm trying to say about this tension on the spring, on how to find like the shift point, kind of like taking an educated guess, it all has to do with experience. For example, it's not about where you have it, but more of a feel of how much tension. And if you've taken these apart like 5, 6 times and you realize that what you're reading on the paper on your manual is not working out, it's making a shift too late or too early, maybe you have the wrong spring in there, or maybe the spring is bad, or maybe somebody put the wrong spring. But you can put any spring as long as it fits and then it doesn't get stuck by it moving, right? You can put a smaller, stronger spring if this one is already messed up, like say it's wet and deteriorated from rust. But this one's new. Haha, and I showed you it's kind of shiny, golden. I feel very fortunate right now. Thank you all. Oh man, this is awesome. All right, so we have Texas. Texas is in. I knew it was in. I just wanted to confirm it. Just kidding. No, I knew you were in, brother. I just wanted to make sure for some reason. Um, okay, the pin. Check this out. I gotta show you this right here. Earlier when I took this off, one thing that always starts to go bad. No, one thing when you notice that now it's time to change the clutch cam is when it wants to shift and then it doesn't shift, because that could have you thinking that your shift points are not right. Because at a run you can be shifting early, then you can be shifting too late, right? And you're gonna have the you're gonna believe this. Let's use the word believe. You're gonna think and be sure that it's your spring or your clutch cam, but it's not that. Listen, watch this. Um, Let me get the other one. Hey. If you don't know, there's a clutch. The clutch cam that I'm referring to is this one, and it works just like your clutch bell, your clutch shoes, and your clutch bell. It engages when it starts to spin around inside, right when it's going. Oh, hold on. Oh, there I had a mosquito. Okay, so that's called centrifugal forces. When it's spinning fast at a certain rate, right around, and it makes this tooth, don't know the proper term, but this thing pop out. And when that pops out, it engages on this pin. And in this case, there's only one, and there's room for two. So what's going on here? I don't like this. But I wanted to ask you. Uncle Sam wants to ask you. Shout out to the army. Oh crap. Right here, there's a pin, right? And there should be another pin. Let me get the other one. That one's already all ripped up. But there's a pin there, and there's another pin where you can place it. I'm pretty sure of it, because on the other side, it doesn't look the same on this side. But on this side, you can put one there or one there, supposedly. But you're supposed to put two, because, I mean, I might be wrong, but listen, watch this. When you have one, say the pin's right here, and you only have one pin, once it engages, it's gonna cause a full rotation to grab the pin. And when it engages, it's probably gonna spin faster, or it's gonna cause a different effect, a much worse effect, a much worse engagement than if you had the two pins. So if you have the two pins, once it pops out, because it pops out quick, don't think this thing creeps up. It just goes, it pops out like a solenoid, like a valve, like quick. So once that pops out, there's less room for rotation, right? And I guess that's gonna pop it out right exactly. The two speed is gonna gauge exactly when this tooth, the clutch cam, pops out, right? So what I'm trying to say, let me take a deep breath. You're gonna have a faster response on your two speed, and then less damage. And then if you damage one, the other one will be working like a secondary, right? So depending on the power and how fast you're spinning and your shift point, you can ruin this with the stock engine. But like I'm saying, once this engages, it's supposed to catch on quick, because if it doesn't, it's gonna have more space or time to accelerate its velocity, right? And then it spins faster and probably cause more damage, or in a way where it's not supposed to do that, because maybe the longer it's engaged and popped out, and the longer it turns around, it's a lot worse. I might be wrong, but it seems like these two will help in both ways, but in one way for sure. If this one, like you see, it's damaged, or if there's something stuck, you have another one to engage on, right? Just for those last runs on that last video, that last jump, brother. That last jump. Anyway, yeah, so this one doesn't have that. And if you didn't know, you might want to put a grub screw thing, because I just realized they're screws, they're not pins. Like something in particular. You know, that has to be nice and tight, and it has to stay there. But it's just a grub screw. And that's what we're going to do. Grab another one. Put it on. Like, where the fuck's my thing? Look. Daytona. Am I getting bored? No. What else was I saying about pins? If they snap, that's also preventable. Just don't land on power. No, 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 no. It's not landing on power. It's trying to jump at full speed. And see, there's so many ways you can break. You know, you're in the air. You're trying to bust a backflip right. So what you do is you just hit the trigger all the way right, and you let the engine just rev up all the way right, and let the tires balloon. But if those things are at full rotation, spinning as fast as they can spin, once it hits the ground, like the thing that's gonna stop it is your drive cup. You know what I'm saying? Your drive cup, and then your drive cup's gonna engage your diff, and your diff is gonna see if your other tire is in the air or in the ground. If it's in the ground, it's gonna engage the center drive shaft to your transmission, and that might break your transmission, right? The shock. I'm talking about the shock, right? But if your other wheel is in the air, it's just gonna cause it to spin faster, and it's just gonna cancel out the landing on power mistake. Texas. Oh, my vintage Coach GT had the same style 2-speed. Oh yeah, brother. That's what I thought this one was. I thought this one, everything was inside. I wasn't thinking about that pin. I thought it was the same mechanism, you know. But the other one does have a metal. It's the same clutch cam, but inside it does not have anything metal where it engages to. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I know what you're saying right there, brother. How come the Grandma Mito 21.9 didn't hit 60? Is it still new? Oh, you're talking about my engine? Yeah, I haven't broken it in. It can do 60, but I don't want to do the speed run that day. I wanted to break it in more, a little bit, and just wait a little bit. But it got stuck, brother. When I let it cool down and I tried to turn it over, it gets stuck. Even if you take the the glow plug out, it gets stuck. It does get stuck, brother. And if you turn it around like that, it's just gonna cause a little bit of wear. Just tiny. Like tiny, tiny. And I'm really, 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 really sensitive about that. But no, that's not the point. That's not the. I think it already did 50, but I didn't want to include it in that video. I want to have a really good video, be able to get at least a little bit more than 60. You know, but pushing it a little bit more. But like I'm saying, if your engine isn't broken in all the way, like a lot of times I hear people saying, just write out the lineage, write out the lineage, write out the lineage. You know, when it's broken in. And the reason why they say write out the lineage is because when it's brand new, you have all that pinch, right, that you need to break in. And all that pinch is causing more compression than your engine is supposed to have, right? So when you have too much compression, and even though if you have it that rich, if you try to take off, it's going to cause even more compression. That your rich settings that you actually bog out from, they sound lean as hell on the brand new engine. Y'all know what I mean? So there's way too much compression, and you know that when you try to rev it up a certain power band, and you hear the lineage go out of control. You know, it is gonna take off. It's gonna have more power because there is more compression. Not from it being new, but riding it out causes heat, and that heat is produced by the friction of the sleeve and the piston, and that's not good for anybody that wants to make their engine last long, because you are losing material right there. Instead of smoothing it out and helping it out compact with heat by you providing more heat with the heat gun, you know, and not taking it out there until it's almost kind of ready, because they tell you, hey, on the third, fourth tank, take it out there. Which, yeah, you can. It's not going to get damaged. But you want to make your Novorossi last 20 gallons? I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I almost have a gallon of that thing, and that thing is getting stuck. You know, when it's cold. You know, when you warm it up, it breaks itself loose. And if I start it, or if I keep running it more and it keeps cooling down out there because it's super rich, it's just going to cause more wear. I was kind of like bummed out. I should have waited. Yeah. Yeah, all that compression can cause the rod to like freaking crack. That's way too much compression. And then the only reason why sometimes it stays on when it's brand new, and you notice that when it shuts off, it turns off. I mean, it gets stuck. Like, I don't want to point out anybody, but I seen this on their videos that they're out there bashing, they're out there running, you know, and then all of a sudden it shuts off. It was running fine, but it shut off, and then now they can't get it unstuck. They have to pry it out, right? Now, you got to do what you got to do, right? But the only reason why it's getting stuck is because there is so much compression that power, that combustion, is not normal. It's too much, and it's keeping it on. It's what keeps it on, so it doesn't get stuck when it should get stuck. Just imagine how much more stress the connecting rod is taking, right? The bushing, it's brass. That bushing is soft in there. I think they're soft, no, or they're hard, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure it causes deformation on everything, stretch and then cracks. You know, so heat and providing the heat. That's why they do that oil bath break-in service. You know, they're not doing it with cold room temperature oil. They gotta heat that shit up to 200 degrees. You know, and at that temperature and with oil, you have a much better sleeve break-in, where the sleeve, the material wasn't, it was, the process caused the least amount of wear. You know what I'm saying? Even though an oil bath, say you're trying to do an oil bath engine and you only have it to 150 degrees, If you have it hotter, at least 220, it's gonna cost way much wear doing it at a microscopic level. You're not gonna be able to see the and you can probably see it on the microscope, but not with all that oil, right? But it can be noticeable, right? But that's what I'm trying to say, and let everybody know that you heat your engines, it pays off if you're into savings. You know? It pays off, and I seen it pay off. And that Novorossi 28.8, I still have to heat it up, or else I won't start it. I had to take it out of my Revo because I couldn't get it to start. Because even though I heated it up all the way, that one starter, I started the LRP, and they both have the same amount of fuel in it. Pretty damn sure I don't use it much, but this starter was enough to start that Revo. On y'all saw the video, and I was able to start it, heating up the engine. You know, I had to heat it up too, but I heated up to 28.8, and it still wouldn't start. I couldn't get it to start. It wouldn't turn it over. Yeah, brother. Yeah, the pistons do get worn when they're cold, and they will stay on cold when they're brand new because there's way too much compression from it being new, right? All right. So that pin right there, the one I just showed you, it's ruined. I gotta take it out, put a different one. First, I'm gonna put one so it doesn't get all disassemble. So luckily, I have some. If you don't have any, you can always just get this out and turn it over a little where it exposes the part where it's not damaged, you know, so that way your tooth doesn't start getting damaged. You can do that, like, if you don't have any, because what I'm trying to show you is that pin right there. On one side, it's damaged. You see that shiny part? It's damaged. And that part can start messing up your clutch cam from from that tip right there. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a good idea, but if you have no choice, because you have no more, and even if it's not that bad, if it's not smooth, I mean, I don't know, brother. I'm just playing it safe. Prevention. It's all about prevention. It's not about sometimes, most of the time, I don't know how to say it, but I've noticed that a lot of times I gotta do it for prevention, even though I'm not sure of it, just to play it safe. Kind of like you go on a road trip, take an extra tire. Prevención. One thing. So I got two in there. Now it feels like it is sort of somewhat heavy duty. Yeah. Want to have it flush. I was wondering how far do I need to go in and flush. Well, a little bit over, like same same level as the screws, I guess. Man, those screws are tiny. Tighten them up. These tiny screws gotta tighten them up, man. That's the wrong tip. All right, so I lost count of how many of us is already in this movement because I mean it's a good thing. I lost count. I thought it was only like 4 of us. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, it gets warm. Like I'm saying, brother, you won't be able to see it, but it wears out. It wears. Is this bearing wearing out? Nope. This bearing feels new. Oh wow. Most of the time you get these and they're rusted. Rusted that you just want to throw them in the bucket. Trash bin, I mean. Trash can. But can I trash this? No! Trash this one. This was already trash. I don't think I can fix this shit. Even though I wanted to. Put some fucking burn some paper, get the ashes, and then get some fucking crazy glue. See if that works, which I doubt. Mix crazy glue with ashes and you get the hardest fucking composite. They call it the Mickey Mouse fucking carbon fiber, bro. The Mickey Mouse carbon fiber. Hey, I wouldn't mind. I would not mind. But I do mind this fucking gear. But I'm gonna save it just in case I'm wrong. Just in case this thing gets shredded and I'm like, hey, I have no option. I mean, yeah, I do have options, but I don't want to take the buy another one on eBay option. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. There's no time for that. And when I mean by time, I mean by money. Because time is money. Right? Time is money, brother. I keep forgetting that. So, I got this. And maybe I have it wrong. Oh, no. No, I don't. Tripping. Bro, you know what I started thinking about? That there were more pieces to this puzzle. I mean, this two speed. And I'm like, how many more pieces could there be? There's one right here. And I'm like, man, what's next? And then what's next? I'm like, what do you mean, what's next? What's next? That's twice. You said what's next twice. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, man, I was thinking this thing was a 3 speed. But it's not. I cleaned this thing out using the Q-tip. Always works. As long as one of those freaking pins aren't missing, you have pretty high chances. Oh, and test it out too. If you can't, like, if you don't know the thing about a one-way bearing, it's supposed to only catch one way. And if it's not catching either way, it's not good. So these bearings, there's a mechanism just like the Schumacher. It has some kind of like thing that lifts it up in there with a in between the metal freaking pins, and it grabs on one way. So if you're holding it, and if you can spin it one way, that means that's the opposite way of the free opposite way. It's the way it's supposed to freewheel, and it's supposed to catch the opposite way. And if it doesn't catch the opposite way, you're screwed. Or maybe you want to rethink that and make sure you're holding it right, because you maybe switching it the other way. By the way, only one way. And yeah, I think I said everything about this one way. Am I missing anything? Cleaning it. Oh, you can always replace these. You can buy these things. Like, not the whole hub. If you don't want to buy the whole hub, which I probably doubt you're going to find, but you will find more one-way bearing things. I bought a bunch of them. It's like an assortment. Should I show you? Yeah, I got to show you. That way, you feel more secure. about what I'm saying. I mean, I do it because I had to go and do everything myself to myself of what I'm trying to show you in the beginning. I don't know if I'm confusing you, but I just heard it in words. You know, I didn't I didn't get no demonstration like Jafra or Kirby. You know, those vacuum cleaner guys that come and try to convince you with product. But I feel like I'm leaving out information, brother. That's all about information. That's what it's all about, brother. Information. Um, yeah, what the fuck was I gonna show you? Holy shit. Um, hold on a second, brother. Hold on. Loading, loading, loading. I don't know if it's loading or it's trying to decompress. Holy man. Okay. So let me backtrack. Maybe if I trace back my steps, I'll remember what I was trying to show you. So I went over here. Oh, this is awful. Starting to feel bad. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. This. I'm not looking at this. The one-way bearings. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Maxwell. What is up, brother? Thank you. Okay, so I'm showing you those things to replace them. The one-way bearings. Without the hub. Without the hub. That's not it. That didn't hurt. It just made noise. One second. Almost. I think I'm close. Any hubs? Oh, I relocated them. I forgot. Oh, all right. See, now I'm starting to get anxious about my assistant. I need a fucking robot, brother. It's too much shit. And everything's organized. You know, I can fucking program this whole thing like fucking computer scan this whole thing and fucking program it to a software and download that fucking information to the fucking robot. And the robot's gonna have a really good, you can call it echolocation. No, a really good graph, a really good map of where all my parts are. You know what I'm saying? That'd be fucking nice. Kind of like at the assembly line. You know they have that thing coming down. Like check this out. I mean, I'm pretty close. Like I got my little drill over here just in case I have it. Just pop it out. But first I gotta scan the part, brother. I'm gonna get to the point where I need to scan the part that I'm about to install. Don't you forget that, because I'm gonna have a robot, and the robot needs to be he needs to know if I use the part or not. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was the right part. Because if I'm putting the wrong drive pin, the wrong I don't know what to say, brother, but you know what I'm saying, right? My assistant is gonna also be able to have the capability to correct me. You know? Or if we need more stock, more parts, he'll freaking he'll transfer some data to my phone, and that phone is gonna add some stuff to my cart on my eBay app, I guess. So overall, everything's just gonna facilitate everything, brother. I could have been done with all my projects by now, but I gotta look for shit sometimes, and if it's not there, damn. But anyway, the one-way bearings. Back to the one-ways. The only way is to go back to the one-way. Oh, crappers, bro. This sounds. Oh, yeah, that's right. Relocated. Relocated. Hold on a second. I went back to the fucking things I was looking at in the first. So I relocated everything. Here they are. Hello. Present to you my bearing assortment. So these are here. These are the bearings I'm talking about. So if you buy these, get them in a pack. Don't have that pack, but here's a little pack. Right? I think this is for the Fortec, for the hub. But you can hammer them out. You can press them, hammer them. You can remove these and put the right. This one's smaller, but put the size for it. Here, I'll give you the right size. Here, this one. And like I'm saying, if you can't find your part, like your bearings in the bearing kit, or you want to save money, or for example, this, you always just go by the size. The size of bearings, they're always in three sizes. I mean, three measurements. You know, all those three measurements are always the distance between the inside of the hole. That's the inside of the diameter, and then the outside of the ring. Well, the inside of the ring and the outside of the ring, right? Inside of the ring, which this one, I believe it's 6 or 8. Somebody correct me, but I know it's 6 or 8, one of those two. I think it's 8. Yeah, I think it's 8 millimeter. Yep, it is 8. I'm pretty sure. And the width across. So the size of the hole inside the ring, and then the outside part, and then the length across. And that's it for any bearing. Doesn't matter if it's a one-way bearing or two-way bearing or even a three-way bearing. I don't know what the fuck I meant by that, but I thought it was gonna sound. Holy shit! All right, no, the shit isn't holy, and holy is not shit. Holy is great. What am I talking? What? You never heard me say that, brother. I don't like saying the holy S word. That's that's not what we do here. All right, moving on. Moving on. Weather, spring, brother. What's up? Yeah, the weather is pretty weird, brother. Oh wow, that's amazing. I don't know how could you replace those roller bearings. Um. Oh yeah, yeah, the roller bearings. I don't know if I'm replacing the just the bearing, brother, but they're still expensive. Believe me. Like I was lucky, and I thought I was doing my like, for example. Let me go back to the bearings. I gotta tell you what I'm referring to. All right, let me find the bearings first. Holy crap! No way, they're in the relocated, man. Jeez. Okay, look, listen. You know, there's different prices for you pay what you get what you pay for, right? No way. Now I misplaced them. Ay, ay, ay. What happened? Oh, yeah, I put them over here. Sorry, guys. Okay. So they're bearings that but they're cheap, and you don't want to go with that. You don't want to go with cheap China bearings. I learned my lesson, brother. I honestly learned my lesson. But look, what I was trying to share with you guys is that I thought I was wise and doing like some kind of hack. Because look, there are companies out there that use products and they're not advertising the product, but it's the same product. Like, what's a good example? HPI in China. Um. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that these have a HFF something. And this is why I got these. Because there are so many other ones. There are different prices, right? Like I was saying. And there are some that are very expensive that are from Italy. And the reason why I told you about this number, this engraving, this number, is because it costs money. It costs money to engrave a berry. But then I was thinking, what if Italy has a source where they buy the products and all they do is just print engrave the Italy on the side, but it has a numerical number, the serial number, right? So I'm thinking, what if this is stuff is good product, but the guy's not doesn't have it on the doesn't have a regular sale because he just has too much of it and he doesn't know better, or he just wants to do us a favor, or maybe it's like a hack that you got to discover in the Matrix where you can buy cheap stuff that's not branded, but it's as good as the stuff that's branded. So that's what I'm trying to say, because there are, this is almost as priced as the ones they sell from China, that they make in China. And like I said again, you don't want to buy anything from China, especially bearings, because these type of bearings, the one ways, because they snap, they'll collapse. Like at least the Italy ones, they'll stay in there, and it'll just won't go right. But these will blow, and when this blows, it's gonna disalign your shaft. And what is your shaft also carrying? Your gears. So if you have precious gears in your rig that are held by bearings, I mean by a two-speed one-way bearing, don't replace it with the cheap one-way bearing because it'll crack. And then your mesh will crack. The other bearings, the Italy, they don't crack. They just stop working and they just stay on there in place. They're not gonna disalign anything. That's another thing I wanted to point out. That's one. And the other one, I think I reached a hack, something not a lot of people supposed to know, but I'm pretty sure China won't spend time or money to just fake this and then have this be that cheap. Because that's what it seemed to me, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But be careful. And you don't need that many. I bought these, like, they usually come in packs of 10. But you want to be wary. I better say Italy. Because only Italy has the really good one-way bearings. I think. Unless there's someone here in the Americas that I don't know of. Whew! Alright. Where's my water? So got the two-speed covered. The tension feels like I'm gonna shift. Here's my educated guess. Not because I'm trying to look for an answer, but because just my collective information is just telling me just say that. Right? So because of experience of how many times and how tight, and then when I had it right, I went back and I checked to see how tight it was, and then I went back and somehow I had to replace it, and so through that middle of the time I had forgotten the feel, so I regained it. I mean, it's just a really big long process of what I'm trying to explain, how you can finally have a feel, even with your engine. You don't really have to go with the settings of anything. You have to go with the sound of how your engine sounds like. And that takes. I'm not saying I'm an expert. No, I don't even have an oscilloscope or anything to measure sound, so I'm no expert. But I can tell you this: I think I got it. I think I got the ability of because look, it's not much. I'm over here trying to scare you, thinking that it's some kind of fucking superpower, but it's not. It's just being able to distinguish the notes, kind of like if you were you play an instrument and you're in the band. You know, you get to the point where you just start playing by yourself. You're like, how the fuck? You get all drunk and then you get. I mean, I don't know. I guess you know what I'm saying, right? It's like a subconscious thing where by experience, you become a professional, and professionals really don't have a hard time doing anything. What they do, not anything, but what they're dedicated to doing. Anyway, moving on. Okay, finally, I think. Okay, that's not doesn't go there. Missing something over here. I was about to put this thing back on there. Remember I told you about that? I thought there were there were more gears. There was actually more gears. I think I spent like 30 minutes trying to explain how I thought there were more gears in the fucking Tispy. Oh shit ever. Oh man. I could have been done. It's not about finishing first. It's about being part of something monumental, brother. Imagine we have the power to bring back anything. If we can bring back this, I mean, Nitro is powerful. Or else the ones doing it wouldn't be doing it. Like, literally nobody would be doing it. Hold on. My battery's dying. Holy crap. Nitro's powerful. Look at what you do just to get someone to run for 5 minutes. And then you don't get paid for it. Nobody pays you or whatever. But people are saying it's dying. It's not dying. Electric is killing you. Literally. Even though if it offends you, electric, it's it's even worse than an RTR, right? Texas? You still there, Texas? Electric RCs, you can call it not instant gratification or yeah, but plug and play stuff. Something about plug and play. You went from analog to digital. And people think it's a lot better going digital because it's more advanced, but it's actually giving you a disadvantage. Now, you can ask the computer to make a song for you. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is pay for it. Pay for some money. And call it yours. But anyway, like I was saying, man, I forgot what I was saying. Shit. Oh yeah. Um, instant gratification. No, electric is tough, when you break it. But when you try to get it going, you know, it's taking the initiative. And the initiative is always fucking difficult. Like I'm trying to always explain how it's so much better just being on a roll right here, right now, than trying to get into the rhythm, because once you're in the dance floor grooving, brother, you don't stop till you just had enough, right? But electrics, like, it's too quiet. I think that's what it is too. Too quiet. My thoughts take over when I'm using an electric car. Alright, anyway, enough about me. So what's up? Max settings. What is up, brother? The other day I was running my WRA Nitro. I had so much damn runtime out of that. I brought you. I thought you never would got the wrong time with electric. Oh, yeah. I put a. You can put a bigger fuel tank, brother. No, Nitro's satisfying. I mean, like I tell you guys all the time, I don't know how the hell you guys break in an engine in one day, or how do you use a whole gallon in one day, unless you're trying to start. How many Twin Titans did Nitro Pimp start when he started his channel? It was like one, two, seven Twin Titans, and he started them all in the garage. That was fucking awesome. That shit was awesome. I was like, whoa, awesome. But anyway, yeah, that's the only way I can think of. But other than that, I don't think it's like maybe if it was my first time or breaking it in, but like once you learn and learn and learn how to make, I guess not make it better, but save and get longer run times. Now you start learning how to do other things, man, little by little, and then it doesn't stop. You know, it doesn't stop. You don't stop learning, learn every day. And I don't think with electrics you can get much out of it because it's not gonna piss you off as much. Like you already expect it that's gonna turn on, unless you did something wrong. You know, like you want to go, and you just make sure the batteries are charged. I mean, I can have the. I'm not trying to prove no point, but I think that's the only struggle I like to deal with, and I like it, even though it pisses me off because I'm not aware of it so much of what and how. But I think I already have a good idea. Like I don't struggle the way I used to start it, but I did, and I can and I can see clearly why people wouldn't want to deal with it no more at a certain level. Right? I mean, at a certain point. But I did, and I think I overcame it. But it is difficult, you know, when you don't know what the hell is wrong and you're trying to diagnose things. But it's very fairly simple if you just notice what you didn't notice, right? Don't know if that helps, but but like I guess it's the feeling of what if it breaks? What if I get pissed? And then it comes more to being like a thrill, you know, the expectation, the outcome of because that's me. I always want to do something different and take it out there and challenge it. You know, I guess that's why I keep going in the middle of the cars because I'm just waiting to get pissed off when someone runs it over, right? It's always gonna be totally my fault. Not kidding, but it's a thrill, I guess. You know, and if you break through that threshold, I guess there's a threshold where us that still do nitro have gone through, and that is, I guess, knowing that the more difficult it gets, the more it makes you struggle, the better it pays off somehow. Okay, why did I just do that? I don't know why I just did it. I just zoned out. All right, let's get this thing on here. We check this. The pen looks okay. Don't know if that's okay. Yeah, that plate does not look okay to me. I'm gonna shim it. I'm gonna shim it. Shimmy! Alright. I'm gonna shim it, get rid of that play. I have too much. If I find. No. It would help if I had an assortment. Yeah, what am I? No, I might not have one. Might not have one. Yay, I found one. Wow. Thanks, HPI, for being very particular about your proprietary products. Particular. Okay, so I got rid of some of that plate, but not all of it. Right? Um, yeah, now the pin is a little bit lower, more secure. It's not gonna back out for some reason. I feel like it makes it weaker. Anyway, uh, and what the hell? Okay, let me figure this out, brother. This is my first time putting this together. It's my very first time. It's the first time. Oh, oh. I feel like I'm taking a quiz or a test. So I'm locked in at 45. I'm gonna go back and check what speed I got. That way I can be sure what I'm saying and tell you guys. And I'm not trying to imitate you guys, intimidate you guys. I'm just trying to let you know what to expect out of me for the moment as I'm trying to do the speedrun challenge. But what did I get on my last run? I think I got 54 miles an hour. Yeah, thanks to 340 Speed that commented 54 miles an hour. Yeah, that was right. I got 1 mile an hour more. I gained 1 hour. I mean 1 mile. I gained more speed because you don't gain an hour or a mile by going 1 mile an hour more. You save a couple minutes. If you're traveling in an hour, you'll save a minute if you're going 60 miles an hour. I think I'm doing my calculations there right. If I did it, who cares? Who cares? Let's move on. All right. The video. That's right. So the video. Oh, I already told you the video. Oh, jeez. So 54 miles an hour. That's what I have. I'm going back. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again, just like every other day. Just do it again, Ever. You got this. You can get that 54 again, brother. Just visualize it. Visualize the win. There we go. I think we got it. And then if, oh man, this. Starting to get a little tense. Because what if I don't? What if I don't get the 55? Something I already have. I can't have it again. You know how stressing that would be? Like a breakup. She was mine. Like when you get dumped and like when I got dumped, I'm sorry, but when I got dumped, there were plenty of times when I felt like she belonged to me. I even told her And I gave it flowers. They're like, you belong to me and I belong to you. But then that was kind of fucking confusing. Like, who owns who? You know, like, you can't own vice versa in the same time. Can you own something? Like, say you own the bank and the bank owns you at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think that's possible. You can't. I'm over it. Next. All right. Water. Water. There's no water bottle. It's a jar. Here we go. Hey boy. Hey girl. All-Star DJs. Here we go. Hey boy. All right. Back. Chef. Chef is the wrong way. We were going the wrong way, brother. Okay. So this 2-speed is not difficult because it's really straightforward. You cannot put anything anywhere else besides where it's supposed to be. Like the T-Max or the 3-speed tranny. But not this. Like, you can't. You got it mixed up. You can't get it mixed up. It won't close. That's what I'm trying to say, right? You won't be able to close it. Maybe. I don't know. Never did it wrong, but now right here, I'm looking at my play at these out drives. I really want to. I need to open it up. Okay, so what I really want to do is right now, since everything it's weights pushing it down, or gravity, more like density, right? Whatever it is. It looks like it's aligned and meshed up with the gear. The top one too. So what I'm gonna do is add shims on this side, not on this side, because they all mesh up. I'll show you. I can see that this is meshed up right, it's like leveled with each other. Also the gears over here too. And it's facing down. So I have a good indication that I don't need a shim on this side. And plus, I want to have this shaft as much sticking out. I don't want any play going in. And for that, we're going to find out how much we can shim on this side. But I'm going to do the same with this play over here. Oh, wait. The play over here, it's already sticking out as much. I don't want it to stick it back in. So I'm going to have zero play. Well, we'll see. But the thing is that this one is the most important one. Because most of the time, there's a little bit of play. And I get rid of that play. But let me put this back thing on. Push, and then while I'm holding it like this, I'm gonna push and see how much does it go in. The shaft is perfect. It's not going in anymore. The bottom one needs shimming. And the top one needs a shim. On both sides. So one right here and one over there. That way, no. Two over here. Or one over here. But to keep it down. I thought I had to center it more, but no, that's fine. That is fine. Is that a 5 or 6? Alright. So 1. I'm not sure what told me 1. Hey, what do you know? Didn't work. G2. I forgot to show you guys. Sorry. Whoops. Pick that up a little. Just in case I put it in my closer to my face. Just in case I put it closer to my face. Alright. Got shim there. Might need another one. Try one more. Put it on for my brothers. My brother. We got the wheels. Oh shit. We got them wheels. Alright. My play's still the same. But I guess that's going to... I didn't really have to do much shimming, brother. And plus, that shim went right through. I think I put the wrong shim. Dummy. Dummy for my tummy. Alright, so I put the wrong shim on the wrong level. Sorry about that. Good thing I didn't show you. I would have confused the shit out of you guys. Let me put this on and then we'll go back to the drawing board. I mean, to step 1. And then I'm going to have to take a nice break. I have to go make some dinner. I'm going to come back because I want to push myself and see if I can get this done by morning. You think I can get it done by the morning? By the morning star rises, which is Lucifer, the light bringer. The morning! Don't tell me the pack of shims I have fit perfectly. I'm all looking everywhere, and I thought they were bigger, but I have like 100 of these right here, visible to the naked eye. Even if it has clothes on, it'll still be visible. At every fucking spectrum. At the whole spectrum. Look! I had a bunch. And I'm over here just fucking wondering because I wondered too much. But not like Alice in Wonderland, brother. Listen. Alice in Wonderland, it's the reason why that exists. And we've seen it. And everybody knows of it. Because it's a very clear message of it telling you that you are in a hallucinated world where we are all hallucinating or dreaming the same thing, and in that dream you are to become aware of that dream. That's why when Alice is in Wonderland, she doesn't know what to make of it. They're all the fucking creatures. It seems like the whole fucking planet is made up of LSD, right? So you're tripping out, hallucinating a cat, and then it turns into a mouse. You're like, what the fuck, right? It's just trying to tell me that I need to figure out how to see what's actual. Or, in other words, also to be able to control my mind. Because there's so much unknown stuff out here. For example, people that are schizophrenic, like I wonder what goes on in their mind. They're probably seeing something that's fucking real, you know? Or the meta glasses, the stupid Google glasses, the AR glasses, augmented reality. I'm pretty sure it's the same fucking thing. When you see a ghost, you're seeing objects that are not there. You're hallucinating. So just imagine how messed up it's going to make your brain, and more you're going to trip out and probably cause a automatic schizophrenic syndrome. You know, you take off the glasses and now you're like, you don't see things, but you can make things appear out of nowhere, right? Something like that. But yeah, Alice in Wonderland is just trying to tell you, hey, you want to learn how to control what you're creating? Because most of the time, brother, we're creating chaos for oneself. Like me, I'm creating my own difficulties. And by knowing what the message is trying to tell me in Alice in Wonderland, it's trying to tell me that I got to become aware of what's going on in every action. Like, for example, every action has a reaction, right? You learn. And not stay confused. Because Alice is fucking confused in her fucking world where she can't control. And that's a clear message of a nuisance, wild man, causing chaos in the streets, right? So, gaining control, that's another reason why I like RCs. And I want to perfect my control, you know, to the, I don't know how to explain it, but I guess I want to run the straightest line. You guys ever talk about how dragsters and RCs are always bragging? Well, me too. Shit, that shit was straight as a fuck. Straight as shit. Straight as shit. Straight this, straight that, right? That's what we're trying to master. To stay straight and firm and stay in control. The same thing that moves me about Nitro is the same thing that moves me. No way, I said it wrong. The same way I'm trying to master RC in my speed runs is the same way I want to master also my life. And that is helping me because it's kind of like a mirror image of different, how can I say it? Let me give you an example just in case you can, if you kind of get it. Your phone, you've been using it for so much, and these data brokers have been collecting your data and your patterns that your phone is basically you. You know? You ever want to backtrack what you did, not because of your history, but if they ever want to know, like, who you really are, like, what, like, yeah, like who you really are, because they're just going backtrack your search history of your what type of music you listen to, type of videos you watch, and all of that. And basically, your phone is you. But in a higher level, because it's really connected to the source, which is the internet. That's why you can Google anything. It's actual. So, Nitro is helping me develop, you know, and work on myself. I think, because look, right now what I'm doing is trying to express myself, and I've always been the type of person that has a hard time expressing itself because of trauma, you know, any kind of trauma. People told me to shut up most of the time, and I took it too personally, and it broke me, and so therefore I was They always thought I was quiet. Because I didn't want to talk. I was traumatized. But then I finally realized why they told me to fucking shut up. Not because I was loud or obnoxious. Look, there's a reason why I have a big mouth. Not because I'm loud or obnoxious. Because I say too much. They always tell me, hey, you say too much, man. I'm like, that's okay. We need to know, man. We have to know. Look, all the stuff that I say, I never say it. Like, hey, I never tell myself, hey, you gotta tell them that, yeah, you're right. Or, yeah, this is the right thing to do. No, my stuff is always, like, optional. Like the best part was already done, and it's just sharing it. You know? It could get better, but it doesn't get any worse. You know? It used to. Like when I used to worry about if I said the right things that I wanted to tell you, or if I said it clear enough for you to comprehend. Because I knew how I spoke. I know the way I speak. And a lot of times I feel like I leave myself out on purpose. Or sometimes when it goes well, I bring myself uncertainty, which is stupid. I don't know why, but I'm glad I'm over it. It's getting better, brother. I'm telling you. I wouldn't. I don't think. I don't think I'm doing this. Yeah, fuck yeah. I do want YouTube to pay me and everything, but I don't think that's the only reason why I'm doing YouTube or videos. It would be nice. It's like a compliment, you know, getting paid, but it's not gonna stop me. It's not gonna stop me until I stop myself, I guess. And you should be the same way. Don't let anything stop you. Don't even let your thoughts fucking stop you when they try to tell you, you can do it tomorrow. No. If you want to do it, and if you once felt that moment you want to do it, and then it just went away later, because you thought about it too much, go back to it. Force yourself. I had to force myself to go on the live. In other words, then, I'm liking it. I'm glad I did. Alright, hi. Would you ever buy a racing kit? Oh, yeah. I have a racing kit. I have an on-road racing kit. I have the Serpent something anniversary. But I say it's a racing kit because it doesn't have diff covers. Is that open diff one? I don't know if you've seen them. It's like a 2023 version. But anyway, I can't wait till I get to the racetrack. Man, I just went to the racetrack earlier. And I wanted to do a video to show you guys. But then I was like, man, how many times have I put myself down? At least I could have showed you guys what I'm talking about, right? But I was like, man, how long has it been since I've been out here and came back and I still haven't gone in that track? Depressing. It could have been depressing. So I just walked away. You know, stuck to my things that I was going to do. Alright, they got 2 shims there. 0.5 each. 2 shims. And it seems like it's working for me. Do I feel any resistance in the bearings? Also, the resistance, you will always get it from experience. It's nothing you can probably measure it, but nothing you can learn right away. You know, because I used to think that the smoother it rotated, the better. But then that smoothness could be too smooth when there's too much play. Because the bearings are kind of worn out, right? What's up, brother? Oh, brother, you're back and I'm about to leave in a little bit. But not for long. I'm just gonna go. I gotta get some stuff at the store. But until I put this transmission down. So there's my transmission. I know for a fact that I did put Loctite on that pin. on both. No, just one grub screw. I checked the thing. Is this spinning the right way? This is going left. So everything's going left. Yay, this is the front one. Where's the other one? Another diff. Oh, oops. The rear one is somewhere I'll get to when I get back, but other than that, brothers, I'll be right back. If you want to come back and if you don't have nothing all night to do, come hang out with me. I'm gonna come back and hang out a little bit more, brother. They are rushing me to go to leave. But anyway, I'll be back, brother, in a couple minutes. And if you can't make it back, that's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Just be happy. Be happy that you got to see me for like 2 seconds. I'm just kidding. Be grateful. Be grateful of the internet. No, I'm just kidding. No, brother. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother. Anytime, any day. If y'all don't have time to stick around for, say, I don't know, whatever time in your head you're thinking it's proper to stay at somebody's live, I don't care if you come by, just say hi, brother, and say, hey, I'm stopping by, bro, later. Even though you really don't agree with what I do and you're just over here trying to be a distraction, that's a good start, brother, too. If you're skeptic about my, that's why I'm trying to be myself. That way you can hopefully become more comfortable in asking me. And don't be afraid to ask, because I also need to ask. You know, everybody needs to ask. Otherwise, how are we going to reconnect, brother? Because that's what's happening. Separation is at play. There's too much separation. That's why Nitro and everything else that's separated from being what people think it's great, just because it's not advertised or it's popular, it's not being crammed in your face every day through television. Brother, it's a lot of work doing this. That's the great. That's greatness. You know? I mean, that's not greatness. I'm trying to say it's a lot of work at play, and a lot of people don't want to work. They just want to play. But it's work at play. Or play at work. Either both. You gotta do it. That way you don't get bored and fucking out of your mind, you know what I mean? And you just quit and throw the towel. Things getting better, brother. I will see you in a minute. Peace. Thank you. If you ain't coming back, thank you. There'll be another day. If you come back, I'm coming back too. Promise. Wait, did I just say promise? It's a pro-miss. Stick with the program. Later. I'll be right back.